Are you ready for a spine-tingling adventure that'll have you on the edge of your seat? Well, we've scoured the depths of the internet to bring you the most jaw-dropping and hair-raising trail camera footage ever captured. We're talking about things that'll make your skin crawl and your heart race. So if you're ready to embark on a journey that'll have you questioning everything you thought you knew about the world around you, then buckle up and get ready for a wild ride as we dive into the creepiest stuff caught on trail cameras that you won't believe. Sasquatch on stroll. Taking a morning walk in the woods of Maine, the man did not have any idea that he had also got a companion strolling along with him. Making a vlog and talking about the deep woods tracks and the wild animals present there, it was right before the dude shifted his camera that the alleged Sasquatch was captured standing still beside a tall tree, probably stalking or just hiding from the man. The Yeti did not even move a limb the whole time the camera was on it. But because the man did not notice the horrid figure on the spot, he only got a glimpse of it. Snowy Bigfoot. Standing in the middle of nowhere, a group of explorers spotted this bizarre bipedal creature walking down the mountain. It had a huge body all covered in thick black hair. With a few claiming it to be another hiker walking on the mountain, onlookers stated that the creature was not wearing any snowshoes. Therefore, the examiners revealed that walking on the snow slope without any visible support would be impossible for a human. And the fact that it covered such a long distance in only a few seconds, right when the camera recorded the broad view, left the people stunned. Because, well, again, walking with such fast speed in snow is a hard task to do for any person. Cryptid in dark. A man was out there in the dark forest and was heading back home after midnight when he felt a slight movement behind one of the trees. Moving around to see, that's when he captured the hazy figure suddenly appearing, and then staying there still for quite some time. It disappeared into the air again, leaving no signs of its presence. Here, a couple was walking their dog in the supposedly haunted forest in the UK known as the Trust Clumber Park, when they recorded a similar ghostly figure crossing the road. Though the couple could not tell exactly what it was, when the video was uploaded on social media, people started naming it, with some calling it a demonic creature, and the others calling it a wolf ghost.
Boar spinning around in circles. A forest is a magical place full of wonder and mystery. It's a place where creatures and animals can be themselves without the prying eyes of humans. When no one is watching, they reveal their true personalities and behaviors. And sometimes, we're lucky enough to catch a glimpse of it. In this amazing video, we witness a boar in the heart of the forest at night doing something quite unexpected. The boar starts to spin itself as if it's lost in a trance or caught up in the moment. This behavior is rarely seen among animals and is truly mesmerizing to watch. The boar is just enjoying itself without a care in the world. Watching this video is a reminder of the beauty and simplicity of nature. It's a reminder that animals just like us have personalities and can experience joy and happiness. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of modern life and forget about the wonder of the natural world. But videos like this one remind us to slow down, take a breath, and appreciate the beauty that surrounds us.
Skinwalker. Living next to the graveyard, a man hearing creepy voices almost every night decided to set up a trail camera there to know what goes on in the abandoned place. And as expected, in the middle of the night, a strange creature appeared on the camera. Walking on its stiff, long legs, the weird, alien-headed creature strolled around the cemetery for quite some time, and then disappeared. While many people called it a hoax, the Skinwalker appeared several times to convince people of its existence. But what could it really be? Let me know your views on it.
Forest crocodile hunting footage. The trail footage captures a rare and insightful glimpse into the nighttime activities of crocodiles in their natural habitat. The video showcases the crocodiles in their element, hunting and devouring their prey in water. The footage highlights the sheer power and ferocity of these ancient reptiles, especially when they're in their aquatic environment. Crocodiles are known to be one of the most dangerous creatures on the planet, and this video is a testament to their hunting abilities. The footage is not only breathtaking, but also serves as a reminder of the importance of respecting wildlife and their habitats. For centuries, footage of crocodiles and their natural habitat has fascinated and captivated audiences worldwide. This video provides a unique perspective, shedding light on the behavior and activities of crocodiles in the darkness of the forest at night. The video serves as a powerful reminder of the awe-inspiring power and beauty of the natural world.
Dark furry monster. This particular dark furry monster may initially seem like a man wearing a Halloween costume until you look closely at its eyes. Two explorers, while passing through the forest of northern Iran, spotted an eerie hiding behind the bushes. Due to the pitch darkness of the night, they were forced to get closer to it to investigate. While preaching religious chants, they were to get close, but still could barely see it. It had a dirty fur-like coat with incredibly white eyes that were visible. Due to lack of light and fear of the unknown, they weren't able to get a good look at it despite being spitting distance away from it.
Buck blows smoke. This weirdo caught in the woods has been circulating on the internet for all the right reasons, as it was captured blowing out smoke in the woods. I'm not even exaggerating. That's literally a buck standing in the middle of the forest, and it is blowing smoke. Even though rare, it's not as exciting as it might seem, because, well, bucks do this. It's their way to communicate, and surprisingly, all deers can do that. They simply inhale the air and will force the air through their nostrils that makes this whooshing sound. But if it happens to you, don't get too excited, as it's the buck's way of showing aggression, so it means either they're not happy with your presence, or they're planning to attack. The screams. In Texas, a local named Dan Robb was recording the intense thunderstorm that was raging outside his window. Suddenly, he heard a sound that chilled him to the bone.
There's a sound screaming, it's like a
series of blood-curdling screams that sounded like they were coming from the depths of hell itself. Dan was terrified. What on earth could be making those sounds? He posted the video to social media, hoping that someone would be able to help him identify the source of the screams. Many people were quick to offer their theories. Some thought it might be a wild animal like a mountain lion or a coyote, while others speculated that it might be something supernatural. In fact, the screaming sound Dan Robb recorded during the thunderstorm in Texas caused quite a stir among locals, with many speculating that it might be the legendary creature known as the Thunderbird. For those who aren't familiar, the Thunderbird is a mythical bird from Native American folklore. It is said to be a huge bird with a wingspan that can reach up to 20 feet or more. The bird is named after the thunder sound that is said to be produced by the flapping of its massive wings. According to legend, the Thunderbird is a powerful and majestic creature that has the ability to summon thunder and lightning with its wings. It is also believed to have healing powers and is revered as a spiritual symbol by many Native American tribes. But the truth turned out to be even stranger than anyone could have imagined. It was eventually revealed that the source of the screams was actually a valve being released at the Global Health Research Complex nearby. The sound was created when pressure was released from a cylinder, and the noise was amplified by the storm. Dan was relieved to finally have an explanation for the terrifying sounds he had heard. But the incident sparked a debate online about the mysterious and sometimes creepy noises that could be heard during thunderstorms. It just goes to show that even the most seemingly ordinary things can sometimes be more unsettling than we realize.
Deadly Desert Rattler. The desert adventure took a spine-chilling turn when they encountered a western diamondback rattlesnake, a predator with a lethal bite and a penchant for aggression. This snake was not to be messed with. The heart-stopping footage captured the daring human getting dangerously close to the rattler, who responded with a threatening display of its rattling fangs. A close call, reminding everyone to steer clear of dangerous animals, especially venomous snakes. The adrenaline rush from that encounter stayed with them for days, and the video became a viral sensation on social media.
Huge eye shine appears in darkness. This video has left millions of people speechless. The trail cam captured something that is truly unlike anything we've ever seen before. As the camera rolls, a fox is seen leisurely walking through the environment. Suddenly, the darkness is interrupted by a massive and haunting eye shine. It's much larger than the fox and appears to resemble the eyes of a human-sized creature. The appearance is so sudden and mysterious that it's left us all wondering what could be lurking in the shadows. This eerie eye shine that was captured in the video is not just a simple light in the darkness, but a sign of something truly sinister and dangerous. The fact that the eye shine appears to be human-sized is particularly frightening and unsettling, as it suggests that there may be a massive unknown creature lurking in the area. This is the kind of creature that we wouldn't want to run into in a dark alley, let alone in the wild. This haunting eye shine is a chilling reminder that danger can lurk in even the most peaceful of environments. It's a warning that we can never let our guard down and that we should always be on the lookout for the unexpected. We can never truly know what lies in the shadows, and this video is a haunting reminder of that fact.
Ghostly shadow. Living in the middle of the dark forest, the man had been spotting a strange shadow in his backyard. Therefore, after several appearances, he decided to follow it this time. Waiting for it on the other side, it was when he shifted that he spotted a huge shadow between the trees. It was a huge, slightly distorted shadow that was caught walking in the woods and left the people in shock as they considered it one of the most convincing evidence of an apparition captured. It's time for today's open discussion. A man heard some strange noises coming from his backyard, and going out to see what's happening, he did not capture anything in the woods present near his house. But it's when he shifts his camera that he spots the cryptid. With his back towards him, it felt like the creature was trying to take a big leap to reach the rooftop. Scared but trying to get rid of the creep outside his house, the man tossed a stick towards it, and then, turning around to see the man, not in a mood to react, the creature jumped on the roof, climbed it, and ran towards the other side. Though it is not known where it went, the camera captured it again, this time running on a road. But the huge size got the spectators thinking if it was really the exact creeper, or if some other creature had been wandering in their area.
Tall, furry humanoid. The bigger and furrier it is, the more concerning it gets. After dozens of reports of a tall, furry, human-like figure being noticed in a woods near Winnipeg, a former canine expert was hired by wildlife experts to find and investigate. The canine tracker, after hours of attempting to find the rumored humanoid, was about to call it a day until the notorious being made a sudden appearance as it passed by the tree. The tracker attempted to get a closer look at it, but his dog refused to join into the pursuit, creating a moment of confusion that aided in the humanoid's escape. Fortunately, a camera was installed on the dog harness, which captured the first ever glimpse of this rumored being. The Long Island Missing Posters. A hiker stumbled upon a trail of missing persons posters, all with the same face. Now, that's the stuff of nightmares. And the creepy journey didn't end there. It led to a cage with ripped clothes, more posters, and more suspicious liquid. Are we in a crime scene or a Hollywood thriller? Turns out, it was just a Halloween prank by some nearby folks. But hey, who needs sleep when you can have an adrenaline-fueled hike, right? So, if you're ever in New York and see a missing poster trail, just follow it to your own horror adventure. Catching birds for dinner. A simple fact that gorillas are not known to hunt birds is enough to say that this isn't something normal. A video recorded in March 2016 by a fisherman who was returning from a catch shows a huge furry animal on top of a pole. This furry animal was attempting to catch seagulls flying nearby. Upon capturing one of them, it started bashing the seagull aggressively on the pole, presenting its incredible strength, and started eating minutes later. As it was able to climb tall, narrow poles easily, many speculated that it could be a gorilla, but honestly, it seems like a really hungry Bigfoot.
Dragging buck. It's not always the unearthly creatures that scare people, but ordinary animals can do this for us too. Just like this, when a strange buck was caught dead on a forest land. With its half-eaten back, the buck looked quite strange. And something even more bizarre was the other buck whose antlers were stuck in his. Because there were only two ways this could have been possible. Either the two of them were fighting when he died, so the other was left stuck with him, or the other one came back after he expired and ate half of his back. But being herbivores, how could that be possible? Witch in dark. A farmer, after hearing strange noises for several nights, decided to set up a trail camera to see what goes on there after midnight. Not capturing anything at first, it was when the man lost all his hopes that the eerie figure appeared on the screen. Looking like a witch, the creature had glowing eyes and a face resembling an alien. Because the rest of his body was not visible in the pitch dark forest, it left the people stunned, as no such creature had been seen before. So what was it? An alien? A witch? Or another hoax? Let me know what you guys think. Apparition in forest. As if the Bigfoots were not enough to stop people from wandering alone in the woods, ghosts decide to come out from their hideout too. Like here, when a neighbor of the dark woods decided to set up her trail camera in the woods to capture the wildlife, but instead caught surprise visitors coming out from the tree. There they are, floating for one moment and then vanishing at the second. So, smoke? But isn't smoke supposed to travel and not disappear all of a sudden? Then what could it be? Some cloaked interdimensional being? Or something else? Let me know what you think. Eagle lifts goat. Whatever you do, never underestimate a flying eagle, because you never know what might be going on in its mind. Just like this one. At first spotting the poor animal by sitting on top of the cliff, the eagle then swoops down to grab a 45-pound weighing goat. And what may seem impossible to us is a normal thing for the black eagle to do. Because look how it flies high in the air, holding the goat in its mighty talons. And encouraged another one from its family as one more eagle flies down to try its luck by grabbing the goat. But this one is just not ready to die. See how it keeps on rolling in the point rocks just to get rid of the flying predator, which it did at last, saving itself from becoming the meal of the black eagle. Nightcrawlers. Known as the Fresno Nightcrawlers because they were first captured in a national park near Fresno in the year 2007. They were captured again after 7 years in the Yosemite National Park. Therefore, the footage of these creepy walkers spread on the internet like wildfire, only containing a pair of legs and presumed as aliens, and making it to the national TV shows. The footage was analyzed by a group of UFO experts who tried to find out the truth behind these eerie creatures. Even after examining the video to see if it was a prank or not, and actually using a kid and a prop to make sure of its originality, the researchers were left stunned as they could not find a single thing leading them to it as a prank. But if it is aliens, captured twice, it got the people thinking that how many times they would have gone unnoticed.
Slender Man. In 2018, two friends and a little girl were traveling across states when they bumped into an abnormality, tall and suspicious-looking man referred to as the Slender Man. The Slender Man appeared in the middle of them, making the driver turn off-road and into the grass before stopping. Seconds later, the camera blacked out and started recording once again, showing the Slender Man walking in the woods with the little girl. One of the two friends went missing, while the other was able to find the little girl with a note, left behind probably by the Slender Man. Till date, authorities haven't been able to figure out who or where this tall being came from. The Catalonian Fallen Angel. Have you ever seen a creature so hauntingly skeletal that you'd think twice before going out at night? Meet the Catalonian fallen angel, a spine-chilling cryptid caught on tape in Spain. Whether it's a real demon or just a human gone mad, we can't be sure. But those glowing eyes and quick movements are enough to make anyone run for the hills. Some even claim to see remnants of wings on its back. Fallen angel or not, this eerie creature is one for the books.
Enigmatic forest lights. In this video, a mysterious scene unfolds during the nighttime tranquility of a dense forest. Strange lights flicker in the distance, appearing and disappearing, captivating the owner's attention. Curiosity ensues as there are no visible houses nearby, and few people venture into this remote forest, especially at such late hours. As the footage plays, the peculiar movement of the light from one part to another adds to the intrigue. Speculations arise. Could it be lost hikers seeking their way out? Or is it something else at play? Such enigmatic occurrences have sparked interest in similar inexplicable events.
Chupacabra attacks. Several dead animals in one night without a single clue left, except from the fact that they were all bitten from the neck, left the investigators shocked as they had never witnessed anything like this before. But what was it? A vampire? Or really something that we don't know of? To find answers, the investigators set up a trail cam, and there it was. Horned creature. Sneaking out from a prickly bush, the creature was caught in Colombia by a farmer who was looking out for bees in the field. The animal had a black color and 2 horns over its head, which added to its peculiar looks. Sitting under a power pole, it was looking directly at the cameraman, giving the vibes that it would attack the man any moment. But scared of the creepy cryptid, the man did not dare go near it, and the horned beast, staying out for a few minutes, went behind the bushes and disappeared, as if it had never been there. Unicorn elk. Not exactly like the usual unicorns, but this one became famous because of the disability of its antler placed right above the nose, which made it the unicorn of the elk family. Captured in Tampico, a small town near Illinois, this deer appeared on the trail cam with a weird look. While the spectators believed that the deer was something alien, as this was a rare occurrence, the researchers revealed that, though uncommon, this is a natural phenomenon which occurs due to a genetic mutation, or sometimes due to an injury during the growth of antlers. Wood chaser. While walking through the woods, keep your eyes open, because you have no idea what might be sneaking at you from behind one of the scary bushes. Just like this guy, who received the shock of his life while trying to capture some cute moments of cougar babies.
Go away. Go away. I'm big and scary.
Suddenly, from behind a thick bush, a mama cougar emerged and made a crazy growl. The terrified guy tried both to escape and to confront the cougar by keeping an eye on her. He started yelling and grunting while the lion continued to follow him with her teeth flashing, ears pinned, and tail swishing. Fortunately, after those minutes of terror, he managed to pick up a rock and hurl it at her. And that's when she took off running back down the trail.
Scary human-like creature footage. The footage captured by this trail cam is like nothing anyone has ever seen before. It has sparked debates and discussions among many, with some calling it a hoax, while others are shaking in fear. The creature in the video is humanoid in shape, with 2 legs and 2 arms, but moves with an unsettling fluidity reminiscent of a wild animal. Its head is shaped like that of a pig, and its hands and feet resemble those of the notorious clangers, known for their frightening appearance. As the creature reaches for its food, its movements are accompanied by a series of guttural noises that send shivers down the spine. It's almost as if the creature is aware of its surroundings and knows it's being watched. The sight of this strange and terrifying creature is enough to make even the bravest of individuals question their safety. What is this creature, and where did it come from? Is it a previously undiscovered species, or a monster from our nightmares? The video has sent shockwaves through the scientific community, and many are eager to learn more about this mysterious being. This footage has the power to leave even the toughest skeptic questioning what might be lurking in the shadows, and it serves as a chilling reminder of the unknown horrors that might exist in our world.
Creepy cryptid encounter. Is this a bird of some kind or just a horribly looking rodent? While out for an adventure, a tourist encountered a creepy looking animal that was hiding behind a dried up tree trunk in the Appalachian Mountains of North America. Its face looked as if it were deformed with something like a beak on the face. The intentions of this animal were unclear, as it never moved much besides keeping the eyes locked onto the recorder. With the behavior as such, the tourist described it to be an unrecognizable animal that was later pronounced to be a cryptid.
Bear on mountain biking trail. During a mountain biking adventure in Vancouver, Canada, a rider encountered a dangerous situation with a bear on the trail.
Hey.
The rider noticed the bear approaching and attempted to scare it away by making loud noises and banging a rock on the ground. The bear retreated temporarily, but then circled back, causing the rider to be on high alert. Thankfully for the rider, he managed to retrieve his phone and escape the situation unharmed, emphasizing the importance of being cautious and prepared when exploring the wilderness.
Groot-like creature. If Groot has an evil twin, this probably has to be it. A Virginia family of 3 went out for trekking in the nearby forest where they noticed a tall, dark man-like tree that also happened to be staring at them. The parents commented that they felt like being followed by an unknown stalker hours after entering the forest. Coincidentally, they happened to notice the same tree, despite moving for several hours, which raised their suspicion. Interestingly, the tree creature didn't seem to have any footsteps left behind and remained stationary until it was seen moving slowly. Could it be that a tree somehow came to life, or is it an outer Earth visitor? Bear's spooky heist. In this next cam footage, a black bear was lurking in a homeowner's backyard, assessing the surroundings like a crafty burglar. Once he deems it safe, he embarks on a daring mission to raid the chicken coop. Sniffing around, he tries to figure out how to open the wooden coop. Standing on his hind legs, he searches for any weaknesses. Failing to open it peacefully, desperation sets in, and the bear resorts to force, clawing and biting through the wood. But wait, the homeowner's trail cam has a surprise in store. An alarm system startles the intruder, forcing the bear to retreat into the shadows, leaving the homeowner in awe of the midnight marauder.
The glowing figure. It's over. A real goblin. The world of social media is full of surprises, and sometimes it can even offer us a glimpse of the most unexpected creatures. In October 2018, a user named Evil1030 shared a video on Instagram that had people talking about a supposed goblin caught on camera. The video was captured in the neighborhood of Pudong in Shanghai, China. The creature in the video appeared to be small, around the size of a child with a pointy head, pointy ears, and greenish-gray skin. It had a lanky body with bony limbs, and its movements were quick and jerky. The goblin-like figure scurried across a street and disappeared into the bushes, leaving the witnesses stunned and questioning what they had just seen. The video quickly went viral, with many people speculating about what the creature could be. Some believed it was a hoax, while others suggested that it could be a misidentified animal or a creature from Chinese folklore. Interestingly, the video was not the only one of its kind. It's worth noting that the idea of goblins has existed in human mythology for centuries. While there's no scientific evidence to support the existence of goblins, sightings like this one can certainly spark the imagination. Despite the widespread speculation, while it's possible that the video could be genuine, it's also possible that it could be a well-executed hoax or a case of misidentification. However, until more evidence is available, the truth behind this supposed goblin remains a mystery. The unusual goodbye. The footage captured by a trail camera shows the turkeys seemingly performing some sort of ritual around the dead cat. It's a scene straight out of a horror movie, but this is real life. Experts have been left scratching their heads, unable to explain this strange behavior. Some theories suggest that the turkeys may have been mourning the death of the cat. Others believe that they may have been trying to ward off a potential predator. But the truth is, we may never know what was going through the minds of these birds. Regardless of what was behind their behavior, there's no denying that the footage is creepy and unsettling. It's a reminder that the world we live in is full of mysteries, and that we still have so much to learn about the creatures that inhabit it. The Devil Owl. Get ready to be spooked, folks, because we're about to delve into the mysterious world of the infamous Devil Owl of Mexico. Also known as the Stygian owl, this nocturnal creature is considered to be one of the most terrifying birds in the world, and for good reason. The Stygian owl is a large, dark-colored bird with piercing yellow eyes that seem to glow in the night. Its wingspan can reach up to 3 feet in length, making it an imposing figure in the skies of Mexico and Central and South America. Nothing special, right? I mean, sounds just like an ordinary owl, doesn't it? Well, wait till you hear about this. One thing about this guy stands out clearly. The yellow, flashing eyes can immediately change. These sinister-looking birds have reflecting discs that, when exposed to daylight, make their eyes seem exceptionally red. Devilish enough yet? Well, apart from this, according to local legend, the Stygian owl is believed to be the harbinger of death and doom. It's said that the owl's haunting calls can cause fear and despair in those who hear it, and that its presence is a sign that someone in the community will soon die. But despite its ominous reputation, the Stygian owl is actually an important part of the ecosystem in Mexico and Central America. It feeds primarily on rodents and insects, helping to control their populations and prevent them from wreaking havoc on crops and other vegetation. So if you're ever traveling through Mexico or Central America and happen to hear the eerie call of the Stygian owl, don't be too quick to run for the hills. It may be a spooky experience, but it's also a reminder of the incredible diversity and beauty of the natural world. Sasquatch hunting. Always looking out for a Bigfoot in the dense forests, Paul Freeman was famous for providing the most legit Bigfoot evidence back in the late 90s. And this is one of those undeniable captures. Recorded in 1994 in the Blue Mountains of Oregon, Paul was visiting the woods when he sensed motion behind one of the trees. Instantly pulling up his camera, he spotted the strolling bipedal ape. Terrified at his discovery, he kept recording the hairy brute with a pounding heart. Though walking at a little distance, the hairy cryptid was large enough to be spotted. After analyzing, he further revealed that it was a huge beast with a minimum height of 2 meters. Biped fox. This next footage will surely make you rub your eyes, because we have something new that is not an everyday sight. A UK resident was surprised to spot an extremely rare visitor in his backyard. Though we've seen many biped animals before, most of which are deer, this time it was a biped fox. In this short video, the two-legged fox could be seen moving across the ground skillfully by putting behind its major missing. Although it's unclear whether the critter lost its legs during a fight or it was born disabled, the main thing to notice is that it was still surviving. The fox was named Flexi, and after making this rare appearance, it was not seen again. Lion dog. With their large, muscular bodies, dense lion-like mane, tight, wolf-like feet, and strong jaws, under which lies an abnormal growth, it's no wonder that this unique animal is about to get the top position in the animal kingdom. The curious onlookers couldn't believe their eyes after they found this strange pair of animals, which looked like a cross between a dog and a lion. This odd-looking duo was discovered in the hot and arid desert of Iraq. There are several theories about these strange puppies, as some people believed that they might be hybrid lion-dog animals. Yet another group of people is suggesting that they might be Kuchi dogs that are also known as the Afghan Shepherds.
Alien Scout. The appearance of the UFOs and alien sightings such as these are surely not a mere coincidence. A couple along with their neighbors were camping nearby the Big Bear Lake in California when a tiny possum-like being made a sudden appearance, catching them all by surprise. According to the witnesses, it had a physical appearance similar to that of a fictional character, Dobby from the Harry Potter movies, but was a bit too green. As the wildlife experts are trying to make sense of the incident, many debated that this could be an alien scout, especially due to a UFO sighting the previous day.
Girl with deer. This is definitely one of the creepiest things we've seen in a while. According to reports, a guy who was out hunting outside Big Spring, Texas, around Sterling City, took a picture at around 3 a.m. with his gaming camera. Now, you may initially think that this is just a typical photo of some wildlife and nothing more, but unfortunately, it's not. Something that is considerably more terrifying has come to light. You'll have shivers down your spine as soon as you spot the little girl wandering around by herself, and the deer looking at her suspiciously. But here's the thing, the girl seems to be a ghost. Now this is definitely a bizarre and chilling sight that's hard to explain. What's interesting about this footage is that it doesn't look like any kind of camera trick. It appears to be a genuine and unexplained sighting of a ghostly figure in the woods. The exposure of the picture was changed to get a more clear view of what the thing was, which led to noticing two ball tassels. Now, the girl was either considered to be a Native American Indian child or a pilgrim child. Notice the similarity. However, when the image circulated, people had their own assumptions coming up as well. Some have suggested that the little girl could be the ghost of someone who died in the area, while others believe it's a completely unexplainable phenomenon. Whatever the case may be, this footage is definitely not something you want to watch alone in the dark. It's a reminder that there are still mysteries out there that we can't explain. And sometimes, the things we can't see are the most frightening of all.
Groot-like creature. If Groot has an evil twin, this probably has to be it. A Virginia family of 3 went out for trekking in the nearby forest where they noticed a tall, dark man-like tree that also happened to be staring at them. The parents commented that they felt like being followed by an unknown stalker hours after entering the forest. Coincidentally, they happened to notice the same tree, despite moving for several hours, which raised their suspicion. Interestingly, the tree creature didn't seem to have any footsteps left behind and remained stationary until it was seen moving slowly. Could it be that a tree somehow came to life, or is it an outer Earth visitor?
Sasquatch sighting in woods. Venturing into the woods, a group of friends stumbled upon a creature that had long haunted the imaginations of many. Sasquatch, the legendary Bigfoot. In a video from 2008, the friends were simply enjoying a day out But their playful laughter soon turned to awe and bewilderment. Through the trees, they spotted a mysterious figure, walking upright like a towering shadow. As they zoomed in, the creature vanished, leaving them in awe of the enigmatic being they had just witnessed. Was it truly the mysterious Sasquatch? Or was it a well-executed prank? The blurred footage left viewers pondering the mysteries of the wilderness.
Cryptid caught on camera. Cryptid or not, even they tend to make mistakes and get seen. An explorer, while placing his trail camera in a mountain forest somewhere in the United States, found a mysterious shadowy figure. It was seen curiously peeking out from next to a broad tree trunk and got caught on the camera that was still recording. Although it didn't show any sinister intentions, the cameraman quickly ran away from the area. The fact that the nature of this being is unknown and you never know what it might be capable of, he instinctively decided to run away. The figure remains a complete mystery, despite widespread online exposure. Crooked-faced walker. This is one of those times when something fictional becomes a reality. Residents from a small town in Wisconsin reported numerous appearances of this crooked-faced walker, which has a resemblance to a mythical character called the Spirit Walker. Locals would often wear costumes depicting the walker until it actually started appearing after dark at festivals and community events. So much so that it was locally known as the Spirit of Bizarre. It has a body structure similar to that of a man with extremely long, bony arms, all covered in a suit and a mask. The footage was taken by one of the cameras that was placed to get a closer view at it.
Mysterious deer. Frightening the explorer with its peculiar features, that is a buck standing right in front of the trail camera, but with half its back opened from where the organs of the poor buck are quite visible. It was no less than a strange sight for them. Just look how the shoulder is sneaking from the skin when it takes a step further. But what could be the reason behind this horrid appearance? A recent encounter with a wild animal? And even if that's the case, how could the animal still be walking after losing so much blood? Let me know your views.
Shady beast. With little to no trees around, the chances of it being a monkey is next to impossible. A footage captured in a woodland area in Nebraska shows a troubled-looking individual that was spotted by passerby as it appeared out from behind the grass. The author of the video at first thought it to be a monkey in distress or an animal of some kind until it got closer and up on its hind, revealing its terrifying face as it began chasing. The recorder described it to have a beastly appearance, which, after video getting viral, was later nicknamed as the Shady Beast.
Roadside ghost. A truck driver, while passing through an abandoned road in Ukraine after midnight, claims that he spotted a ghost on the side of the road. The dash camera shows the empty road for the first few seconds, then shows a small figure appearing on the right side, which seems to have a humanoid body as it is standing on two legs. But because the car passed swiftly and due to the pitch darkness, the figure only captured for a few seconds was called a glare by the people. But the majority believed in the ghost theory by saying that if it was a glare, it would have appeared on the screen several times. So, ghost or flare? You be the judge. Horrid figure. Driving late at night on a national highway, the car's dash cam captured a terrifying creature standing near the concrete barrier. The horrid black figure and a distorted body hints towards only one such thing: a road ghost. But where many people believe that it was an apparition caught on camera, there are several which claim it to be a hoax. With the fact that it does not have any features and is simply a black smoky figure standing on the side makes it a bit closer to the paranormal world. Bigfoot and buffaloes. A YouTuber named Mary Greeley uploaded this video in the year 2015. Captured in Yellowstone National Park, the video shows an adult American bison almost 2 meters tall, grazing in the snow-covered park. But it's what's behind them, which is what got people's attention, as a little far in the woods, The camera shows some shadowy figures trolling among the trees and appearing once more, this time a little closer. Wait a minute, not one or two, but four! The camera caught four bipedal creatures walking behind the bisons. On assertions that these could be humans in monkey suits, researchers, while analyzing, compared one of them with the bison and disclosed that they were not less than 7 meters tall, and their irregular-shaped body makes them far from humans. Kansas skunk ape. With many stories circulating on social media about the Kansas City skunk ape that was often caught in the woods, this one was on top of them. A woman was walking her dog in the jungle when she spotted a giant, hairy creature walking in the woods too. It was probably a 6-foot-tall creature all covered in thick hair. It was almost impossible to make out the face of the brute. So what was this faceless creature? Though many believe it to be a Sasquatch that was captured on camera, some are skeptical about it. And because the video was a bit grainy, the spectators find it hard to believe that it was not a human in costume, but actually a Bigfoot that was caught in the woods. Bigfoot or no? An outdoorsman by the name of Roger Williams captured a photo of a Sasquatch in broad daylight while hiking in the mountains of Southwest Virginia back in 2013. The creature he saw was described as being over 8 feet tall, covered in matted brown fur. Even though the back of the creature was captured in the shot, the image still clearly shows a humanoid figure with long arms, broad shoulders, and a head that seems to be covered in fur. Was it really a Bigfoot, or just a bear wandering around? Either way, the odd photo was sent to the local papers immediately. The image instantly gained popularity among cryptozoologists and was compared to the well-known Jacobs photographs, which were taken in northwest Pennsylvania in 2007. Williams also told the Finding Bigfoot crew that one of his neighbors had heard unusual noises just a few miles from the location of the shot. Later, Williams himself acknowledged this when he first released the image, saying, "The mystery remains." Seizured lion. Moments after hunting its prey, a lion was observed in an extremely distressed situation. It walked around in circles before keeling over, its paws in the air. Suddenly, its body began jerking erratically before shaking uncontrollably. For the safari tourists, it seemed quite funny, but the reality behind this is utterly shocking. The lion, who appears to be shaking its body in an odd way, was actually suffering from seizures. According to some wildlife experts, the lion was an epilepsy patient and was found normal after these bizarre fits. Another lion was spotted in the same condition. However, it died afterward and was thought to be infected by CDV, an epidemic virus that has caused several fatalities within the Serengeti ecosystem of South Africa.
A wild bear scratching himself on a tree. This video is incredible. Captured in the heart of the forest, as the video begins, we see the bear scratching himself on a tree in the forest. The bear is completely oblivious to the camera, and he continues to go about his business, rubbing and scratching against the tree trunk. The bear is a magnificent creature, and as he scratches, we can see just how powerful and muscular he is. His fur ruffles and his muscles flex with each movement, and it's truly awe-inspiring to see him in his natural habitat, going about his daily routine. The bear's movements are graceful yet powerful, and as he continues to scratch, we can see the intricate details of his fur, from the shiny black tips of his hair to the soft downy undercoat. The bear's fur is more than just a protective layer. It's also an essential part of his survival, providing him with insulation from the elements and helping to regulate his body temperature. But it's not just the bear that makes this video so remarkable. The forest itself is a beautiful, thriving ecosystem. And as the bear scratches, we can see just how vital and alive it is. The lush vegetation surrounding the bear is simply breathtaking, with tall trees, green leaves, and fluttering butterflies adding to the serene beauty of the scene. This video is a reminder of the incredible beauty and diversity of the natural world. It's not often that we get to see a black bear up close like this, and it's a truly unique and special experience.
Aggressive Yeti. What could be scarier than being killed by a Yeti? It's having one to trip and fall onto you. In January 2021, two friends out on a 3-day hiking adventure came across some way scarier than your typical wild animal, a Yeti. The Yeti appeared out of nowhere and started inspecting their backpacks when they returned back to their base camp with firewood. During the unwarranted inspection, the Yeti unknowingly pepper sprayed itself in the eyes. It began to panic aggressively. It got so aggressive that it nearly fell on the hikers before stumbling down the hilly terrain.
The weirdest abduction. Philip Spencer, a former police officer, was traveling across the meadow to his father-in-law's house on the morning of the 1st of December, 1987. In an effort to get a few pictures of the sunlight at sunrise, he had brought a camera with him. In reality, the pictures he took on that particular day would eventually be published in international media. Spencer claimed that while using a compass to find his way through the fog, he came across a weird-looking figure. He immediately snapped a picture of the monster before following it and claiming to have seen a dome-topped UFO emerge from the ground and vanish into the sky. Although Spencer claimed that he believed the entire incident only lasted a few minutes, several UFO experts believed that he had actually been the target of an alien kidnapping, because once he arrived at his destination, the village clock was 1 hour ahead of his time. The images Spencer captured, despite being a little blurry, looked like it showed a 4-foot-tall, dark green alien being with a huge head and thin, long arms. Spencer took the creature's movement to be a warning to keep away, but he nevertheless pulled out his camera and snapped a photo of it. The photographs were analyzed, and it was determined that the figure was not displayed and showed no similarity with any native wildlife. The sighting has been brushed off as a hoax by skeptics, who claim that the picture actually represents another object, like a human being, or perhaps a cardboard cutout.
Caned Ghost Yoda. Facing off a pissed Yoda is more dangerous than all other scary creatures in the dark. A cowboy on a horse was passing through woods while looking at some missing cattle, bumped into a tiny being having similarity to that of a Yoda from Star Wars. This Yoda, resembling a ghost, was running towards the cowboy while aggressively stabbing its sharp cane on the ground. It began to gain pace upon closing in, and due to the fear of the unknown, the man responded by fleeing. While the actual intentions of the caned ghost Yoda may remain a mystery, it definitely couldn't be any good. Bigfoot with glowing eyes. Maybe this Bigfoot was just showing off its sparkling eyes. A TikToker, while out in the Canadian woods for a video, had a close call with this giant gorilla-like creature with exceptionally bright eyes. At first, it was thought of being some gorilla, until after it came closer while passing by. Being caught in fear and confusion, he decided to film the incident. To get answers, the video was uploaded on social media, where many called it a Bigfoot, and that this might be the closest ever encounter with one of them. The TikToker definitely was fortunate enough that the Bigfoot didn't display any predatory behavior.
The Vietnamese mouse deer. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we have some breaking news straight out of Vietnam. The Vietnamese mouse deer, thought to be extinct for 30 years, has been found alive. This is huge news for conservationists and animal lovers alike. The Vietnamese mouse deer, also known as the silver-backed chevrotain, is a tiny, deer-like animal that's native to Southeast Asia. It's about the size of a rabbit, with spindly legs and a long snout. And let me tell you, it's one of the cutest things you'll ever lay your eyes on. But don't let its cute appearance fool you. This little critter is shrouded in mystery. It's notoriously elusive, and very little is known about its behavior and habitat. In fact, the footage captured on the trail camera is one of the very few glimpses we've had into the life of this rare and enigmatic animal. Scientists believe that the Vietnamese mouse deer is a nocturnal herbivore, and it's found in the dense forests of Southeast Asia. Its elusive nature makes it difficult to study, and it's considered a threatened species due to habitat loss and hunting. So, while the Vietnamese mouse deer may be cute and cuddly, it's also a reminder of the importance of preserving our planet's wildlife. So, let's take a moment to celebrate this exciting discovery. Who knows what other fascinating creatures are out there, waiting to be discovered?
Giant Tarzan. A sighting such as this is probably a dream come true for all the Tarzan fans. A construction worker in Minnesota, while on a break, saw that this very tall man, who was caught by the magnificence of modern construction, it looked almost naked, covered only by a dark piece of clothing with a height twice to that of an average person. As one of the construction workers riding on his bicycle passed by that point, this real-life Tarzan suddenly disappeared. Since the footage was taken from quite a distance, the tall man wasn't identified properly.
Chasing beast. A man suffering from Bigfoot fever while exploring a thick forest to capture the latest sightings of this mythical creature was petrified to hear a loud, terrifying scream. Apparently, no one was seen anywhere, so he decided to check for the animal. And instead of spotting the animal, he was welcomed by a huge, black figure, which was already waiting for him behind the dense woods. Filled with fear, he started running. As if spotting the giant dark figure wasn't that scary, the actual terror began when the great Bigfoot, rather than hiding or running away, started chasing its hunter. Fortunately, the man managed to escape, and the chasing beast vanished behind one of the bushes.
Paranormal creature climbing. Something so dark and tiny as this rules out the possibility of it being a burglar. A security camera placed opposite to a villa in a rural area of Karnataka, India, shows a black child-sized creature that crawls next to the villa until it starts climbing up. Locals believe it to be the spirit of a young child that once lived in the house to be returning, while others believe it to be a djinn. Whatever this may have been, it was surely sneaky enough to get past the guard that was sleeping in a chair facing right in front of this paranormal being.
Road crossing ghost. Even famous for being haunted, two friends decided to visit the eerie jungle anyway. Well, one who seeks it will be the one who finds it. And there it was, a weird translucent figure appearing right in front of them and crossing the road so swiftly that they thought they were imagining it. But then, not wanting to be forgotten, the weird creatures appeared again from the other side of the road. And this time, its humanoid body was quite visible. Locked in antlers. Thinking the deer is possessed at first, the man was shocked to find out that it was actually caught in its own antlers. Fighting with another one at the beginning, the buck suddenly got trapped in his antlers. Look how it jumps, rolls, and tries out everything it could to get rid of the deadly trap. Frightened, it keeps on trying, and finally gets rid of the antler and stands tall, looking directly into the eyes of its opponent. While the previous one managed to save itself, this one failed. And see how it is locked in the tree and is not able to do anything to save itself. Well, luckily, the man spotted it and rescued the struggling deer. Possessed sheep. Circling round and round in the farm, something is seriously wrong with this sheep flock. Ignoring it at first, the farmer did not bother to notice the strange behavior for the first 24 hours. But when it did not stop, and they continued circling for 7 days, yeah, a whole week, that's when he got worried. Because how on earth can an animal do this? This remained a mystery till today, because no one has ever seen any animal possessing such a strange behavior. So, what do you think could be the reason behind it? Were the animals really possessed? Or might there be a justification for this weird stunt?
Dead alienoid. Alien or not, death surely doesn't spare anyone. Texas farmers who had lost several of their chickens due to numerous animal attacks decided to lay down a bait to draw out the animal. Upon doing so, they noticed a very unusual looking animal in the fields who took the bait in a manner similar to the attack on the chickens. One of the farmers, either pissed or terrified of this alienoid, fired at it, but it managed to escape. After following the bloody trail closely, the alien animal was later found dead next to a tiny bush after having bled out due to the critical wound.
The Jersey Devil. Now we've got a cryptid from my own backyard of New Jersey, the Jersey Devil, also known as the Leeds Devil. This creature has been the stuff of legend and nightmares for centuries, with sightings and encounters reported throughout the state of New Jersey. I've already got chills down my bones talking about this. Well, according to the legend, the creature was born as the 13th child of Mother Leeds, a woman who lived in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey during the early 18th century. As the story goes, Leeds cursed her 13th child, which led to its transformation into the creature we know today. The Jersey Devil is one of the most enduring cryptids in American folklore. Its legend has been passed down through generations of New Jersey residents, and there have been countless sightings and encounters over the years. The Jersey Devil is a kangaroo-like monster with a dog's head, a horse's face, wings that resemble bats, horns, and a tail. Nobody is aware of its height, but some believe it to be only 3 or 4 feet tall, while others believe it to be 6 feet tall. The devil creates loud, shrieking, blood-curdling screams that have been described as otherworldly. It even has bright red eyes. People feel frightened after seeing it because of how horrifying it is. This strange beast is claimed to have roamed the southern New Jersey wetlands for more than 250 years before periodically emerging to terrorize the towns and cities. Well, despite countless sightings and encounters over the years, there's still no concrete proof that the creature exists. But for those who've had a run-in with the Leeds Devil, there's no doubt in their minds that something sinister is lurking in the Pine Barrens. In the middle of the forest, a trail camera caught a tiny yet terrifying creature. Weirdly covered in brown hair, it had a skinny body through which the innards were quite visible. Well, not just that, the vicious creature was also missing one of its legs. And even with such frightening features, it was anxiously running from something and was trying to reach the long trees to hide itself. But where did it come from, and from whom was it running? That is still a mystery. Cryptid in woods. This man has no idea that his plans to explore the woods early in the morning are about to be ruined by a terrifying creature. Camping in the forest and deciding to take a stroll in the trails, the man, while recording the video, spotted a bizarre cryptid behind one of the trees. Thinking it might be a wild animal, he could be heard asking if that was a cow coming.
Is that a cow? What is that?
But before he could figure out what it was, the whitish, odd-looking creature crawled right toward the man, giving him almost no time to save himself. But running right away, the man rushed to escape from the scary stalker. And because the video ends disruptively, what happens next remains unknown.
Bigfoot sighting. Next up, a video claimed to capture the famous Bigfoot again, in action. The footage showed a huge black and furry creature roaming around the trees. But here's the catch. It was blurry, and you couldn't tell if it was a genuine Bigfoot or just a hoax. Some folks believed it to be the real deal, while skeptics thought it was all a trick. It's like an unsolved mystery, leaving everyone wondering. Was it the legendary Bigfoot himself, or was it just a forest wanderer pulling off a prank?
Gazelle ditches lion. I think we're all a little biased about the outcome when it's the lion versus any animal from the wild. But this video shows the other side of the story. Captured in the Serengeti National Park, a group of explorers were recording the gazelle drinking water and seeing the lion quietly approaching. They too had guessed the ending, spooking the gazelle with its super speed. Just when the lion was about to catch it, it jumped over the lion and into the other direction, surprising the people as well as the lion. Though the gazelle saved itself, it sure did give a good defeat to remember. And because running at high speed, the lion was not able to turn around. Play that video again. Well, if it was a stall, I must say gazelles are quite good at it. The rake. Records of an American cryptid called to be the rake go back to the 1600s, when a seaman reportedly crossed the Atlantic again to get away from the monster. I mean, we really can't blame him if this picture resembles what he saw. However, according to reports, a trail camera located in a wrecked hunting camp captured this specific image. Despite the possibility that this is accurate and that the creature is to blame for the damage, suspicion can be raised given the picture's hazy history. Is this the legendary rake, or is it just a spooky edit? Now, for those of you who don't know, the rake is a humanoid creature with long, sharp claws and pale skin. It's been spotted in various parts of the world and has been the subject of countless paranormal investigations. The creature is said to have a hunched posture and stands at around 6 feet tall. Its skin is pale and almost translucent, and it has elongated limbs with sharp claws that can inflict serious harm. It's a creature that strikes fear into the hearts of those who encounter it. It's almost like a twisted version of a human being. Its sharp claws and eerie posture are just a cherry on top, making this truly a terrifying sight to behold. In this footage, we can see the rake lurking in the shadows of a destroyed hunting camp. But look at its eyes gleaming in the darkness, and it appears to be observing the camera with a cold, calculating gaze. A local resident stated the following: "I've heard stories about the rake for years, but I never thought I'd actually see it on camera. It's a creature that strikes fear into the hearts of even the bravest hunters." It's unclear what the rake was doing in the destroyed hunting camp, but one thing is for sure: it's not a creature you want to come face to face with.
Terrifying forest creature. The footage begins with a bone-chilling soundscape of the forest, evoking memories of horror films that send shivers down your spine. The viewer is then jolted by a startling image as a dark figure whips past the camera in a blur, leaving an ominous feeling in its wake. The forest, once peaceful and serene, has become a place of terror and unease, plagued by the eerie cries of an unknown creature that pierce the air both day and night. Its haunting presence leaves one feeling on edge and afraid of what might lurk in the shadows.
Weird crawling man. Most of us are afraid of driving through haunted forests, not because of the wild animals, but these are the demons who are peeking at us from behind one of the trees. A man, while driving in the middle of a ghostly forest, had an encounter with a strange man. The guy, while standing behind the woods, could be seen acting weirdly. At first, the driver thought it to be some sort of prank. Then, suddenly, the man started crawling over the wild shrubs like an actual zombie. Seeing that pale-skinned guy approaching his car, the driver quickly managed to drive back, as he didn't want to be a part of that crawling zombie's lunch.
How you doing? Oh.
The terrifying clown. Our first encounter takes us deep into the Pennsylvania woods, where a trail camera captured something straight out of a horror movie. Brace yourselves as a chilling figure emerges from the darkness. A man in a spine-chilling clown costume. Why in the world would someone be lurking around the woods at night dressed as a creepy clown? Was it just a prank or something more sinister? We'll never know. But one thing's for sure, this clown sighting will have you sleeping with one eye open.
Lion versus cheetah? Smelling the meat, this pride of lions came searching for it through the safari, but found it up on the tree with a leopard in charge of it and feasting on it in front of them. It was captured in Londolozi, Sandra, by a group of explorers. Watching it and not being able to get a hold of it itself, one of the lionesses decided to go for it. But the leopard was in no mood to make a deal or share it with the mighty queen, starting a quarrel among them. Then fighting over the dead deer, and that too on a tree branch. They became the reason for breaking the branch and fell on their faces. The leopard, scared of the lioness, hastened back in the jungle, and the lioness, finally getting for what she had struggled for, went in for the tasty meal. Bigfoot spotted. Near the pond, casually strolling in the woods, and here, assumably chasing a man and showing its really bizarre features. These pictures were giving nightmares to the people of Mississippi. But there was more to come, because soon after the pictures were captured, a strange figure was recorded among the trees. With its back turned toward the camera, though the creature was not visible from the distance, its dark black hair and the giant figure was enough to identify it. Realizing that it had been caught, it stood still, not moving at all, signaling the man to back off. So, yeah, he ran.
Abandoned dolls. Okay, picture this, an island filled with grimy, forgotten dolls. Now that's the stuff of nightmares. Locals say these creepy dolls are like a message from beyond, and they even say prayers to keep those vengeful spirits at bay. Smart move, I'd say. Nobody wants a haunted doll chasing after them in the woods. But wait, what's the story behind these eerie toys? Some believe they belong to children who once lived on the island. And boy, do they leave an impression. I'd steer clear of that place. It's like a spooky doll convention gone wrong.
Demon versus deer. Totally forgetting animals, we often assume that humans are the only ones endangered by unearthly creatures. But this picture is proof that nothing is safe from these beasts, as it shows a weird creature with wings and devil horns chasing a deer in the darkest hours of night. And the poor animal, not knowing what to do, anxiously runs to avoid being caught. While the picture leaves many unanswered questions, the video shows that there is nothing exaggerated in it, as right behind a tree, there it is, the same devilish being with bright, bulging eyes, probably planning its next attack. Cougar defense. Captured in the Mendocino National Forest, the video starts with the cougar mama and baby spending some quality time together, but don't have any idea that a grizzly is heading to ruin this incredible moment. Well, I must say that the bear, too, does not have any idea of the fighter mommy's abilities, as watching the advancing bear, the mother cougar quickly hid her young and approached the bear. The bear, not ready to give up, scuffled hard, but then came the strong bite on one of its ears, which proved out to be a signal for the bear to move back. And though the cougar follows it, the grizzly outruns her and goes back into the jungle.
Skeleton with glowing eyes. Either this is a prison escapee or a good old ghost. A group of young hikers who were out on a camping trip in Casanino National Forest, Arizona. While exploring the forest, they noticed a troubled-looking man sitting beside a narrow stream of water. To get a better look at it, the light was focused on it, to which it reacted by suddenly turning and staring at them. It had a shaved head with a skinny body, almost as if it were a Halloween skeleton. No matter how dark it gets, human eyes do not glow or reflect light, which clearly shows that this was no human, but a skeleton ghost. Glowing-eyed mummy chase. Just by looking at the glowing eyes, you can know this certainly is no hoax. In September 2019, two colleagues were returning from work in their car when a manly figure in the dark started sprinting parallel to them. Seconds later, the ghostly figure closed in towards the light, revealing its final form. It seemed to look like a mummy with glowing eyes and an incredible speed. First, it got closer to them and then attempted to jump into the vehicle when the driver was able to speed away. This certainly could not be a human, but a mummy that may have gotten possessed by a supernatural entity.
Skunk ape. Always captured from behind the trees. This time, he decided to shock the people of Florida and made quite an entrance, leaving the people frightened and worried for their lives. And why wouldn't they be? I mean, how often do you see a biped creature coming out of the woods? It had a body just like an ape. The only difference is its biped walk. Moving its arms back and forth, it felt like the skunk ape was really chasing something, or maybe someone. But what could be forcing the beast to come out of its hiding?
Mystery forest entity captured. The camera pans out, revealing the ominous and peaceful darkness of the forest. The only auditory sensation is the rhythmic chirping of crickets. Suddenly, an apparition emerges from the shadows, presenting itself as a being unlike anything previously encountered. This mysterious entity boasts a pale head resembling something from an extraterrestrial realm. Its form is humanoid, with facial features that almost resemble humanity, yet there's an eerie aura that sets it apart. As the creature approaches, it becomes aware of the camera, and halts in its tracks. With its cognizant gaze fixated upon the lens, it just as suddenly disappears back into the shadows. The camera attempts to capture the creature's whereabouts, yet it has vanished without a trace into the night. The inexplicable occurrence raises numerous questions and concerns. What was this entity? Where did it come from? These questions now linger in our minds, and we hope that this footage serves as a cautionary tale, warning all adventurers to exercise caution when traversing the forest at night. The unknown horrors that may lurk in the shadows are a perilous threat that should not be taken lightly.
Stalking brute. Where we often see people doing it, this video was a bit different, as it captured a Bigfoot following a man in the forest. At first, approaching a bit quietly, when the man sensed that he'd been followed and started looking for clues of the mysterious stalker, he spotted the Bigfoot walking a little distance from him. But, realizing that he'd been caught, the hairy critter was then seen going back to one of its hideouts. And though it continued stalking the man just for a slight moment, right when he shifted his camera, one of the giant's eyes could be seen looking at the man's camera, and was captured one last time running in an open field. But with all these times just stalking and not really attacking, the people could not understand what it was really looking for. If you happen to know, do let me know.
Just hitching a ride. This trail cam footage caught an epic hitchhiking adventure in action. Picture this, a tiny genet, which is a cross between a cat and a mongoose, decided to hitch a ride on a rhino and a buffalo. Talk about a taxi service upgrade. This genet knows how to travel in style, but why is it using these gentle giants as its own personal Ubers? Maybe it's just too clever for its own good. I mean, who needs to walk when you can ride a buffalo? Keep it up, genet. You'll definitely get home soon.
Moose charges man. Recording them running in the woods, the man was given a surprise when one of them turned around and raced toward him, with the other one following it. Recording them peacefully at the beginning, it was just a moment before the moose was about to strike him that he realized what was going on. And then, not finding any place to go, it frantically climbed up the tree. Standing down and circling the tree for some time, the moose finally leaves. Though the moose are quite shy and don't usually interact with the people, one thing they don't know or often ignore is that moose can become pretty aggressive during the breeding season and will chase or strike when they feel threatened. Bigfoot crosses road. A man was taking a rest after a long drive in the middle of the forest when he spotted a giant shadow coming in front of the car and suddenly disappearing. Captured for only a split second, the only thing he could make out of the sprinting creature was that he was no ordinary one, but a bipedal creature. Midnight, a dark forest, and an even darker bipedal creature? Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is a Sasquatch crossing the road. But the trouble was its shadowy figure, which makes it plausible to be a ghostly spirit. So, was it really a Sasquatch soul captured in the camera, or something else? Stoned animals. Looking for Sasquatches in the jungle when a man spotted a giraffe all covered in rigid lumps. That left people wondering. But seriously, what is wrong with this one? Well, it turns out the truth behind this strange appearance was quite depressing, as it was not an alien, but the poor giraffe was suffering from a strange disease known as papilloma warts, in which an animal's skin would start growing strange lumps looking like stones. It usually happens in deers, but this time it was caught by a giraffe, leaving it to suffer.
Marble Mountain Bigfoot. All right, gather around, folks. We've got some serious Bigfoot business on our hands. This ain't your grainy, blurry video. This footage is legit. It's like the breakthrough we've been waiting for. A family stumbled upon a massive creature's lair in the woods, and let me tell ya, it wasn't your typical camping spot. These pine branches were no match for the sheer power of this elusive creature. No hatchet, no saw. It was like the Hulk went tree snapping. But hold your noses. This isn't just a story for the campfire. This is real evidence that Bigfoot might just be more than a legend.
Mysterious encounter down under. In this footage from North Australia, at 4:38, three friends are seen playfully posing for a photo, unaware of the bizarre events unfolding behind them. The camera holder, instead of snapping a picture, records something extraordinary passing by. A creature defying conventional categorization emerges behind them, triggering an intense sense of fear. On closer examination, slowing down the footage reveals this enigmatic being with a curious blend of canine and human characteristics. Its elongated limbs resemble those of a human, but possess an otherworldly slender quality. Cloaked in darkness, the creature moves gracefully on all fours, displaying an unsettling agility. While its true identity remains a mystery, this extraordinary encounter reminds us of the wonders that exist beyond our comprehension.
Bigfoot family. If you have ever wondered how the monsters behave with one of their own, here is the answer to your question, as Bigfoot was caught walking in the woods. No, not alone this time. He was carrying a baby in his hands. Coming out of the woods when the creature spotted the camera, considering it a threat to his baby. Holding the baby, he went off. Though the video looks quite authentic, when it was uploaded on the internet, the audience became skeptical and started calling it a hoax. So a prank or real evidence? What do you think? Bear chasing bald eagle. This is just proof how far a bear is willing to go just to grab its lunch. Captured in a Canadian forest, a family was fishing in northern Saskatchewan when they spotted an eagle's nest on top of a tall tree. But right after a few minutes, a bear rushed towards the tree and started trying to climb it. Carrying a heavy weight and finding it hard to climb up, the family stated that though the bear fell down several times, he did not give up. And finally, reaching up there, he could be seen brawling with the parents and defeating them, even at such height, and he returned with an eaglet in his mouth.
Scary skeletal trail cam. The trail cam footage was a truly unforgettable and nerve-wracking experience that defied all logic and reason. The dark and foreboding forest, shrouded in mystery and fear, was suddenly disturbed by the appearance of a ghostly skeletal entity that floated ominously in midair. This ghostly figure was unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. Its very presence was enough to send shivers down the spine. But the terror didn't end there. The creature then reappeared, moving closer to the camera, revealing an even more ferocious and terrifying form. However, the nightmare was far from over. The entity then unveiled an even more horrifying aspect of its being, revealing a massive skeletal head with its eyes that were so large it felt as though they were peering straight into the very soul of whoever was viewing the footage. This chilling manifestation left those who witnessed it in a state of complete shock and disbelief. This was a truly mind-blowing and hair-raising experience that will haunt those who have witnessed it for a long time.
Killer clown. Here we've got a killer clown on the loose. A creepy clown was seen strolling through the woods in Michigan, giving everyone the death scares. It's like a clown gone rogue with a mask that screams, "I'm up to no good." Can we all agree that clowns should stick to birthday parties and leave our forest alone? This creepy trend has spread like wildfire worldwide, but we're not laughing. Just a close-up of his face is giving me the creeps. What about you? The Lansing Deer. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a new star on the dance floor. A deer. Yes, you heard it right. Yellowstone National Park's got some serious dance fever, and it's all thanks to this groovy deer. Trail cams captured the majestic moves of this hoof sensation, leaping and dancing like no one's watching. It's like a woodland ballet with a touch of jazz. Scientists are scratching their heads trying to figure out what's got this deer busting moves. Maybe it's practicing for its debut on Deer's Got Talent. Either way, we're in awe of this dance phenomenon in the wild. UFO floating light. Now, beware the eerie sight that haunted the Mississippi couple. A mysterious UFO, a glowing light from beyond. Their trail cameras captured the spooky moment it appeared, casting an otherworldly glow on a startled deer. They wondered if it was a government drone or something more uncanny. Seeking answers, they turned to friends, but the truth remained vague. The mysterious light left them both fascinated and afraid. Was it aliens or a mere coincidence? The truth will never be known, and the mystifying memory of the hovering light lingers, a spooky tale that chills the spine.
Cryptid on camera. Two boys spotted this bizarre creature sitting outside their house, dressed in white clothing and crouching like a wild animal. At first, the cryptid was sitting on the ground, thinking it might not be real. Just when one of them decided to get a little closer, it started shouting in a strange voice.
Dude, I think the tag is coming a little bit closer. Oh, crap, just stream.
And suddenly, the creature stood up a little and came straight towards them. Not expecting this and terrified of the big surprise, the guys raced towards their house. And after spending a few minutes inside, when they decided to go out to check, there it was again, sitting outside the house. And this time, the dog barks at the creature too.
Oh my.
Which makes the whole event a little more convincing.
Mysterious cryptid sightings. This intriguing clip has been making rounds on the internet for several years, appearing in various forms. The video's location remains uncertain, with many believing it was filmed in Mexico. Let's take a closer look at what's been freaking people out. The footage shows a creature lurking in the shadows, covered in fur and appearing bipedal. Suddenly, it dashes away at an astonishing speed, leaving viewers both amazed and spooked. Despite numerous speculations over the years, the true nature of this mysterious creature remains unknown. Some believe it could be a remarkable CGI creation, while others, meticulously analyzing the frames, think it might be a genuine cryptid sighting.
Creepy humanoid. Up next, we've got a spine-chilling encounter caught on camera. A bizarre and creepy figure roaming the streets of Costa Rica has the whole town buzzing. They call it Lamona, a witch who haunts the night, casting spells and leaving a trail of scratches in her wake. But this isn't any ordinary witch. She's got a scary way of walking on all fours. I mean, imagine bumping into her on a midnight stroll. Yikes! Could this be an alien prankster or a real-life ghoul? Whatever it is, this is one creepy mystery. Ghost attempts to hide. Either this ghost dozed off into the water or it was attempting to hide itself. A trail camera planted on a bridge next to a haunted house captured footage of a ghost that tripped into a small stream. The camera was placed in the area to investigate the cause of disturbance in the area in the dead of night. After reviewing the footage, many believe that this would rather be a cause of a young woman being possessed by a ghost. Lions enter campsite. Imagine camping in Brazil, surrounded by friends, when suddenly curious lions enter your campsite. Heart-stopping, right? Thankfully, the lions were more curious than menacing. The trail cam captured the chilling encounter of these wild felines exploring the campsite. Faro Fino and his friends watched in awe as the majestic male lion peeked into their tent, leaving them breathless with fear. It's a reminder that we share the wilderness with nature's apex predators, and at times their curiosity can put us on edge. But fear not, they soon left, leaving the campers in awe of the incredible encounter. Just imagine being that close to royalty of the jungle. Buck sheds its antler. Now, discover the spine-chilling moment an 8-point buck sheds its antlers, caught on camera in the dim forests of Northfield, Vermont. This rare footage captures the mysterious annual occurrence rarely seen by human eyes. Witness the deer grazing amidst the falling apples from a nearby tree before the mysterious shedding begins. As the antlers drop, an eerie sense of transformation engulfs the scene that will leave you in awe. Nature's puzzling ways never cease to astonish, and this hauntingly beautiful event proves that even in the shadows, secrets are waiting to be unveiled. The Georgia Screamer. It's now time to meet the Georgia Screamer, a creature that will send shivers down your spine. True, it may be an actor in a unitard, but that doesn't mean we can't get a good scare from it. The sounds it makes are straight out of a horror movie, like those clickers from The Last of Us.
Run! Run!
Even the bravest among us wouldn't dare mess with such a terrifying sight. Will we ever know what this nightmare-inducing creature really is? Perhaps not, but one thing's for sure, this video's a hit. Mysterious Bigfoot Encounter. You've probably heard tales of Bigfoot, the legendary ape-like creature rumored to roam North America's forests. Since the 19th century, people have shared countless stories and sightings, though concrete evidence remains elusive. However, one trail cam might have finally captured the elusive beast, as the camera recorded a serene, snowy scene. An ape-like figure emerged, unaware of being watched. The grainy footage showed the mysterious creature walking before vanishing into the forest. Could this be real proof of Bigfoot's existence? The debate continues, and this eerie footage adds to the enigma of the elusive Sasquatch. Three-eyed creature. Deep in the woods of Finland, two brave adventurers placed a trail camera, hoping to capture the secrets of the night. Little did they know they'd stumble upon an unsolvable mystery. The camera disappeared overnight, only to be found later in a backyard. And what it captured? A spine-tingling image of a creature with three glowing eyes lurking in the shadows. Even Finnish wildlife experts were stumped. What could this unknown apparition be? Join the online frenzy as everyone debates theories on this eerie, spooky enigma hiding in the bushes. Sometimes the trail camera reveals secrets that even the bravest dare not fathom. Flying humanoid. If the furry humanoids weren't spooky enough, you now have one that can fly. Two young boys, while playing in the backyard of a farm in Kent, United Kingdom, noticed a weird-looking hive. With their father filming the video, they got closer to the hive when a flying bug came out of the hive. At first, it was thought to be a firefly or a dragonfly, but seconds later they could notice that this bug is humanoid. From arms to legs, it had a body structure completely similar to that of a human with wings to fly. As it came flying out, the father and the kids reacted by fleeing away. Since the footage has gone viral, many call it a real-life fairy.
Chilling cry for help. In the video, we witness a spine-tingling moment that no one wishes ever to encounter. We see a woman holding a laundry basket outside her house, about to enter a room. As she approaches the door, she freezes upon hearing a strained voice pleading for help. Followed by eerie moaning. Perplexed, she looks around but finds nothing unusual and eventually enters the room. The video then jumps to a later time after she called the police, who also hear the distressing sound. Despite the thorough investigation, they find no trace of the source. Speculations abound from hackers to pranks, even neighbors, but the truth remains elusive. The haunting cries for help in the video continue to baffle viewers.
The mysterious Bigfoot sighting. We're taking a closer look at one of the most famous trail cam footage in recent history, the Bigfoot sighting. In 2020, a man named Matt Cook, Oregon, claimed to have captured footage of Bigfoot using a trail cam. The video shows a large hairy figure walking in front of the camera with a distinctive gait and height. The figure in the video is estimated to be over 7 feet tall and is covered in dark fur from head to toe. The gait of the figure is distinctive and has been described as a shuffling, almost lumbering walk. Many people believe that the footage is real and provides solid evidence of the existence of Bigfoot. They argue that the figure in the video is not a person in a costume, but rather a real creature with a distinct physical appearance. However, some believe the footage is a hoax. They argue that the video could have been easily manipulated and that the figure in the video could be a person in a costume. Regardless of one's beliefs, the Bigfoot trail cam footage captured by Matt Cook, Oregon is considered one of the most disturbing and intriguing pieces of evidence in the search for Bigfoot. It has captured the imagination of people around the world and has sparked countless discussions and debates about the existence of this mysterious creature.
Buck attacks trail cam. Appearing on the camera already in the mood for a fight, the deer stood in front of the camera, buckled up, and then came straight for it, hitting it a little gently at first. It goes back this time a little aggressively and comes back again. Not hitting it this time, the deer actually scowled at the camera, and then, working on its plan B, it tries to destroy it. Repeating this process for several times, the deer goes back into the jungle. It left the camera owner startled by its strange behavior, with no possible reason for it.
Forgotten bunker. Have you heard about those creepy abandoned bunkers scattered around the world? It's like a treasure hunt for urban explorers. And this time, we've got a forgotten one hidden deep in the Scottish woods. It's got history oozing from its concrete walls. Experts think it could have housed Churchill's secret army, ready to defend the homeland during World War II. Can you imagine? Soldiers bunkering down for months, ready for action. But hold up, there's still more of these secret shelters waiting to be discovered. Who knows what other mysteries are hiding in the wilderness just waiting to be found?
In pursuit of Bigfoot. In this riveting encounter, the cameraman finds himself in a mix of emotions, both worried and excited, as he faces what could be Bigfoot.
Get in the house. Get in the house.
He quickly urges his loved ones to seek safety indoors, while he ventures on a pursuit filled with anticipation. The mysterious being, covered in hair and large, cautiously moves along a forest road, disappearing into the dense foliage. During the pursuit, occasional grunts and ape-like hoots pierce the air, hinting at the creature's presence. These vocalizations seem to serve as warnings, urging the cameraman to maintain distance and proceed with caution. Wise to heed the advice, he decides to back off, considering the creature's imposing size and evident strength.
Flying girl. In the middle of the Russian forest, there was something creepy going on. Playing with his dog, this guy went after the dog, who ran in another direction. That's where he recorded something extremely bizarre and inhumane. Because see how the girl is levitating in the air with her mother watching along. With no support, no strings attached to her, the girl hovered in the air for some time, and seeing that they were caught, they disappeared into the trees, leaving the people baffled by their weird stunt. Because how could someone do this? Yeti in snow. The Washington State Department of Transportation uploaded this video in the year 2020, claiming that they have caught Bigfoot. The video shows an ape-like creature sprinting in the Washington mountain passes. But the spectators did not believe the provided evidence and called it a hoax, as the bipedal creature was resembling a human. Therefore, soon after this video, a resident of a nearby town uploaded another video of a similar creature in the woods. Caught only a few meters apart from the cameraman, the Sasquatch comes out of the woods, kneels down for an unknown reason, and then stood up and rushed to the woods. And right after it was gone, the man heard a scary howl coming from the woods, which did not in any way feel like they were of a wild animal. Haunted moose. Okay, that is a juvenile moose standing in front of a trail cam. But that's not the reason why I added this video. Actually, there are two glowing eyes looking at the moose. Now, I'm not saying that it's some ghostly being hiding in the trees. That it's no doubt a predator preparing an attack on the moose. So, what could it be? A bear? A hyena? Or perhaps just another moose? Look how the shiny eyes move in the trees, and as they come closer, the moose spots them too. But sadly, because the video ends here, what happens to the poor unaware moose can never be known.
Bobcat versus coyote. The bobcat and coyote are both native carnivorous animals found in North America. They have overlapping habitats, which leads to occasional conflicts between the two species. The reason for the conflict is often competition for resources. especially food. In the video footage clip, we see a bobcat trying to prevent a coyote from accessing its meal. The bobcat is attempting to take over the coyote's food source, which is a common tactic among these two species. However, what we don't know is that this behavior has been ongoing for over a week. The bobcat has been harassing and bullying the coyote, preventing it from finding its food. Despite the ongoing bullying, in this particular footage, the coyote stands its ground and refuses to back down. This puts the bobcat in a difficult position, forcing it to back off and allow the coyote to fend for itself. These kinds of interactions are quite common in the forest, where animals have to compete for limited resources. It's fascinating to witness these events as they provide a glimpse into the complex dynamics of the natural world.
Tangled deer. If you have never seen someone come back from the dead, then you've gotta see this one. With its neck twitched and badly stuck in the fence, the deer laying stiff was considered dead by passers-by. So they decided to end its misery and let it rest peacefully. Therefore, cutting off the wire, one of them went close to fix the twisted neck. But that's where things took a weird turn, as just when the guy lifted its neck, the deer jumped quickly and ran towards the woods, leaving them baffled on its sudden revival. Grizzly bear attacks caribou. A cougar, an eagle, and this time, a caribou. Grizzlies are no doubt the most determined animals when it comes to feeding their empty gizzards. And coming up with different strategies, they really don't give their opponents a chance to strike back. Drinking water from the stream, the caribou found itself standing in the face of death as a bear was aiming at it, striking with its massive antlers and running off to the other side. Just when the caribou thought it had outrun the bear, there it was again, standing behind the poor animal. Tried to scare the bear off with its antlers. It grabbed it from there, and, well, don't we all know what happened next?
Albino deer paradise! Welcome to the secret world of Seneca white deer. These stunning all-white deer have found a real-life fortress to call home. On a U.S. Army base in New York, they're protected like true royalty. Imagine being a deer and living in a place with no predators and 10,000 acres to roam. It's like a never-ending buffet of safety and freedom. These rare beauties have flourished for over 6 decades, and the Army's got their backs. So, no venison on the menu here, folks. Just a haven for these magnificent white-tailed deer to frolic and rule the woodland in style.
Masked man. Setting up the camera to record the animals at night, the man was shocked to see a tall man with its face painted like a clown or possibly wearing a mask, standing in the woods. Thinking it might be some kind of prank, but the guy went back there after some time and set up the trail camera again. There it was, popping in front of the camera a second time, only this time revealing his face quite properly, which left the man scared as hell, because what could be scarier than humans dressed weirdly? Creeping monster. Showing its most frightening features, a Sasquatch was caught creeping among the woods in the dead of night. And because the people mistook it as an ape, as not much of the weird creature was visible, luckily it did reveal its face to make it known that it was not an ape. Soon after this discovery in the woods, another camera caught similar footage where a 4-legged animal was seen crawling in the middle of the road. But this time, not revealing an inch of its supernatural features. The creature was believed to be La Mona, a mythical witch that would turn itself into a crawler to hunt people at night.
Scratching and dancing. In the wilds of Prince George, a trail cam caught something extraordinary. A bear dancing! Not in a terrifying way, mind you, but hilariously wobbling up and down a tree to scratch an itch. Mike Costi, the lucky witness, has seen plenty of funny bear antics on his 45-acre property. This bear, not interested in chasing prey, refused to dance to his own rhythm. Bears use trees as personal scratching posts, which gives them a playful and mischievous edge. Remember, if you spot bear scratches in the woods, they might just be dancing the night away instead of seeking a frightful encounter.
11. Brave 3-legged cat fights off fox for egg. This amazing video captures the moment a cat puts up a fight against a fox who's trying to steal an egg from its territory. What's even more impressive is that the cat has only 3 legs, yet it's still able to hold its own against the cunning fox. As you can see, the cat is missing one of its hind legs, which would ordinarily put it at a disadvantage in a physical altercation. But the cat refuses to let that hinder it, and it stands its ground, ready to defend its territory and the precious egg. The fox tries to grab the egg, but the cat quickly pounces and scratches the fox with its claws. The fox runs away and comes back again for the egg, but the cat doesn't give up. It continues to fight back with all the strength it has, determined to protect what's rightfully theirs. In the ending, the cat emerges victorious, scaring off the fox and reclaiming the egg. It's truly amazing to see how much courage and resilience this little feline has, despite the odds being against it.
Mountain lion versus hiker. One of the many reasons why not to go hiking in the woods alone. A man was coming out from the dense woods when he felt a stalker behind him, a mountain lion, which followed it on the tracks. At first sprinting out of the woods into an open field, and even though he was extremely terrified, the man played the cougar strategically. And just when the cougar was about to pounce at him, he turned around and roared at the creepy animal.
Oh shit! Hey!
Not expecting such a response, the cougar quickly hides into the bush, and probably realizing that he does not have a chance, he went off. And that's all because of this guy's great instincts.
Forest horror displayed. The footage pans out with a haunting soundtrack of the forest, hinting at the terror that awaits. As the camera zooms in, a deer is seen peacefully grazing on the forest floor. But suddenly, a mysterious hand emerges from the darkness and creeps towards the unsuspecting deer. The hand then engulfs the deer, seemingly swallowing it whole. My heart races with fear and excitement as I witness this surreal event. The forest at night is a place of inexplicable terror. What horrors lurk in the shadows waiting to pounce? The trees loom overhead like twisted, gnarled fingers reaching down to grab unsuspecting prey. The rustling of leaves and the occasional snap of a twig serve only to heighten the sense of unease. And then there are the sounds, the howls of wolves, the screeches of owls, and the sinister whispers of the wind all combine to create a symphony of terror. It's impossible to describe the feeling of standing amid such a haunted forest. The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end as you survey the scene before you. The darkness seems to stretch on forever, swallowing all light and hope. And yet, you're drawn to the terror, unable to look away from the unspeakable horrors that lurk within the forest. So you stand there, heart racing, watching as the forest displays its full measure of terror. The mysterious hand that took the deer is only a small taste of what this place has to offer. You can only imagine the other horrors that lie in wait for unsuspecting visitors. But for now, you are content to stand here, frozen in fear and awe, as the forest reveals its true dark nature.
Bison versus bear. Giving the spectators a moment to remember everything. A bison and a bear were caught fighting in the Yellowstone National Park. Bison are well known in the US for their strength. Therefore, the bear is struggling hard to overcome the mighty animal. And not ready to let go, it keeps attacking the mammal. And with a wounded back, the bison still sends off the bear. But a bear is a bear after all, and this time with an even stronger grip. See how it's literally dragging the bear in the water in the hopes of getting rid of it. But the bear continues going along by treating the bison like a floating boat in the water. Vicious giraffe. Thinking of some weird, wild events? Show me something rarer than this. I'm sure you can't beat this one. Here is a rare herd of giraffes that shocked wildlife experts when they were spotted scavenging on a buffalo carcass. The video opens with a giraffe picking through the remains of a dead animal. Then another joins the feast, and then one more giraffe enters the frame to try the new taste. Although it was really disturbing to see these giant herbivores doing such a bizarre act, in reality, this is an ordinary case of bone eating, and the animal shown is searching for a small bone that it can chew on for key minerals missing from its plant-based diet.
Eerie night at the bar. Inside a seemingly regular bar, security footage captures a typical night where people socialize, chat, and enjoy their drinks. As closing time approaches, only the bartender and 2 other individuals remain. Suddenly, an inexplicable event unfolds, sending shivers down the spine. The chair closest to the camera begins to sway gently, unnoticed by the 3 engrossed in their work. Gradually, it topples to the floor, prompting their bewildered expressions. They quickly restore it, but wonder about the strange incident. Unbeknownst to them, a subtle presence passes by in the background, a ghostly figure bearing the likeness of a child. Upon closer scrutiny, the translucent form suggests a playful spirit, perhaps of a mischievous child. Could it be the lingering presence of a prankster ghost finding amusement in late-night antics?
Swinging creature. Bigfoot. The tales of this elusive creature are woven into the fabric of Bigfoot hunters. Although there are several clips on the internet that provide evidence of this legendary beast, this one is the most unique of all, as this time, instead of a giant Bigfoot, a baby Bigfoot was filmed. This happened in December 2011, when a group of tourists was filming almost 100 miles away from New York City. Suddenly, a black figure emerged swinging on the trees just behind them. Apparently, the hairy creature was smaller in size than a giant Bigfoot, so it's assumed that it could be a baby Bigfoot that was jumping and playing in the trees, just like baby apes do. Crouching Skinwalker. Where many of us deny the existence of cryptids in our world, appearing every now and then, they keep trying to prove us wrong. This time, a resident of a small town in Western Australia captured it. The man, while driving through the forest after midnight, spotted this creature creeping far in the woods. And then, stopping right there out of fear, he was able to record it running right in front of his car. Though it had a humanoid figure, the creature was crouching like a 4-legged animal and quickly going out of sight. It did not give the man a moment to digest what he was seeing. So, a skinwalker or an alien caught on the road.
Rare Wolverine sighting. Hold your breath, for the rarest creature in Yellowstone National Park has been caught on camera. The wolverine, a savage little beast, prowls the cold, high-elevation forest and tundras, leaving behind only whispers of its presence. Capturing a wolverine on a trail cam is like striking gold, and scientists treasure every moment to understand this enigmatic creature's elusive habits. They dwell in low densities and remain largely solitary, making their encounters scarce. Witnessing a wolverine on a trail cam is like peeking into the hidden realms of a mythical world, nature's best-kept secret.
Hiding alien. Forests are for sure home to many wild animals, but besides these critters, there have been times when some of the most unbelievable things have been spotted. One such outwardly creature was observed in the old, terrifying Appalachian Mountains. A man, while exploring these vast mountains, heard some strange noise coming out of the woods. Thinking of a wild boar, he decided to film, and what he found instead was downright petrifying. A small, unidentified creature was spying at him from behind a fallen log. Upon a closer look, the creature looked more like an alien. Many claimed it could be an injured animal trying to hide from the man. However, the owner of this video still thinks that he has captured an alien.
Toddlers and the unseen figure. As the saying goes, children may have a heightened sensitivity to the supernatural world, and a video from a family just might prove this point. The footage, supposedly from a home security camera in the bedroom of 3 toddlers, captures a rather eerie post-nap scene. Instead of waking up happy and playful, the triplet girls seem upset and frightened. They stand together, yelling at an unseen figure with a shrieking and angry tone, directing their attention towards a wall on the opposite side of the room. Throughout the video, they repeatedly point at a particular spot, expressing their dislike for this unseen presence, while some wonder if it's just an overreactive imagination or a sibling's game. Others believe the fear in their voices is genuine.
alligator crunching on a fish. We bring you truly epic and jaw-dropping footage of an alligator caught in action. As the camera rolls, we see a tranquil gator hole surrounded by lush vegetation. The water is still and calm, creating a peaceful and serene environment. Suddenly, a massive alligator appears and slowly makes its way up the bank with a large catfish firmly gripped in its jaws. The alligator's armor-plated scales glimmer in the sunlight as it moves with grace and power. It stops in front of the camera and chops down on the catfish, devouring it in one swift motion. The sound of the alligator's powerful jaws crushing the catfish is enough to send shivers down your spine. Alligators have the strongest bite force measured, with an incredible 2,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. For comparison, lions only have a bite force of 600 pounds of pressure, and humans have a mere 120 pounds of pressure per square inch. This just goes to show the immense strength and power of these prehistoric creatures. It's truly amazing to see the alligator in its natural habitat, showing off its skills and prowess as a top predator.
Climbing coyote. One thing is clear, the wild animals won't hesitate to do anything if it ends with them filling their stomachs. Well, because how often do you see a coyote climbing a tree? A resident in Pine Lake captured the coyote sitting up on a tree branch and munching on some berries. Eating them from the ground in the beginning, when it could not reach the yummy berries anymore, it decided to go up. Though it is apparently common, as coyotes are believed to climb up to 18 meters of height, they are rarely seen doing it. Old Ellie. Don't blame your fate if you're not born as a celebrity. What if you were born with a major disability, just like this elephant? Slanted eyes hidden beneath the folded skin, and a bizarre opening right in the front of its head, below which runs a long trunk with permanent stains of mucus. All these oddities belong to Ranzakeel, a female elephant that was spotted enjoying a normal life just like other animals in its herd. In fact, she was able to breathe through her massive hole. Zoologists believe that this kind of mutation mostly occurs during the fetal phase, as it didn't seem like a predatory attack. For some of you, it might be a unique animal, but honestly for me, it was far beyond disturbing. Bear and hunters. Sitting on a hunting stand, the hunter thought he was not visible to the wild animals, but was proved wrong when a bear came up to pay him a visit. Spotting it sitting on top, it quickly climbs up to the tree, coming face to face with the hunter. The bear, after investigating the tree and the man as well, descended to the ground. The hunter surprisingly stayed calm, recorded the whole thing in his camera. Despite the previous one being a little calm, these two gave the hunters chills when they came rushing toward the top of the tree. But thankfully, not in a mood, sniffing one of them, they went back. Walking alien. This video, captured in India's small town, has been circulating on the internet for quite some time, as it shows a group of bikers going through a deserted road when they spotted a creature walking on the road too. With its humanoid body and flattened body, it does look like an alien being caught on the road. Skeptics have another story to tell, as they believe it could be a human in a costume, but the compressed body is what scares them too. Walking on the road, though the creature stops and turns around to have a look at the riders, it does not pursue them, which makes the people even more suspicious of its identity. Mouthless giraffe. If the above entry isn't enough to convince you to accept the way you are, then next on the list is pretty compelling. Although the opening of this clip is quite normal, as a giraffe could be seen drinking from the lake. The actual oddity began when the water, instead of quenching its thirst, started falling out of a strange hole in its cheeks. Probably, the hole was a result of some kind of predatory attack. It is also believed that the animal was born with this distressing condition, due to which it can never drink water properly. This unbelievable giraffe sighting was observed in the natural reserve of Greater Kruger and has got the sympathies of millions.
The elusive striped rabbit. Ever heard of the Sumatran striped rabbit? No worries if not, because this cutie is a true master of hide and seek. This rare rabbit is so weird that it's only been spotted on camera a handful of times. Talk about being camera shy. Living high up in the mountain forest of Sumatra, It's like they've got their own VIP club up there. Scientists are scratching their heads trying to figure out more about these chalk-colored bunnies with dark brown stripes. But hey, they're making progress one trail cam at a time. So, let's keep those cameras rolling, and who knows what other surprises we'll find.
Spine-chilling encounter. Mike, the superintendent firefighter, found himself in an eerie forest during a raging fire. His encounter with the peculiar bobcat left him stunned. This particular feline acted unlike any bobcat he'd ever seen, and its unsettling screams sent shivers down his spine. Later, he stumbled upon an abandoned cabin, furniture turned upside down, raising questions about its sinister history. An unsettling and hair-raising experience that left Mike spooked and the mystery unsolved. Mike couldn't shake off the feeling that he had crossed paths with something beyond the natural realm.
The Window Watcher Mystery. Brace yourselves, thrill seekers, for a bone-chilling TikTok adventure. Picture this, a spooky abandoned flat with something lurking in the window. Cue the X-Files music. We've got a strange, pale face with hollow eyes peeking from behind the curtains. Well, it's like a horror movie come to life. This faceless enigma quickly hides when it's caught on camera, leaving us with more questions than answers. Could it be a ghostly squatter? A bandaged specter? The Bonehead's bone-chilling discovery keeps us guessing. So folks, lock your windows and check your curtains. You never know who's watching you in the darkness. Have you ever caught anything weird on a trail? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and also subscribe to my channel.
Right. There's something there. Okay, let's
Dangerous here. Oh, you get back.
Man vanished. This Ring camera recorded a man walking on the street at night, but just after a few seconds, he appeared to have vanished in thin air. It was in the middle of the camera's view, so we cannot say that he may have walked to the edge of the view. Now, how did this happen and who exactly was the man? This answer remained unknown, as the woman whose camera recorded it said she had never seen him before. Fish crossing road. A year ago, people in Washington saw this weird phenomena happening. A number of fishes were seen crossing the road. Just like you and me, they were all so shocked to see how these salmon fishes were showing this unusual behavior. However, this scenario is the result of the river flooding. What you're seeing are salmon going from a field that they've been washed into, back across the road to get back into the river to continue their journey. This doesn't happen very often, but when it does, some salmon that get washed out do this to make it back. A flipping spider. What you're seeing right here is a spider which is newly discovered. When the researchers saw it for the first time flip-flopping its way through the desert, they were astonished. At first, it was thought that something might have triggered such behavior. However, later it was observed that this was a new species, and this spider was unlike all the others, and it only does its cartwheeling when trying to get away from a predator. Dog walks on water. We don't know what this dog was thinking, but he sure did surprise all the humans with his supernatural ability to walk on the water. Every single person in the party was just left shaken. It almost seems like something out of the movie The Secret Life of Pets. Do you think it could be based on a true story? Talking raven. Ravens are incredible beings and are considered to be one of the smartest birds. But one quality of theirs makes them more special than anyone else, and that is the way they can imitate human voices.
Hi. Hi. Good bird.
For instance, this clip shows a couple recording a raven perched on a stone, then try to make the bird imitate them, but at first, it doesn't seem to care. But then, all of a sudden, the raven starts repeating what they say.
You alright, man? You alright? You alright?
It even says, "I'm alright."
You alright? You alright? You alright? I'm alright.
A poop fest. If you think penguins are just fluffy birds just walking here and there in the coldest regions on the Earth, well, you're wrong, because these penguins are actually having way more fun than any of us. Just that their style of having fun is a little unusual, because what they do love is to poop over one another. Now, I know, it might sound gross and you might go all ew hearing this, but they enjoy it a lot. And who are we to judge, right? Elephant steals food. Humans and animals have been living together for decades, and this year-long relation has led to us understanding each other pretty much. For instance, take the elephant as an example. Years and years after passing the same road, he has come to know that a truck passes the same road every day with lots of sugarcane. So, what did the elephant decide to do? He decided to take a shortcut to get food and steal from the truck whenever he gets the chance to. Ice balls. These tourists were out looking and admiring the natural beauty when one of them discovered this strange thing happening. He found a waterfall where the water was turning into perfectly round ice balls.
Ice balls.
Don't they just look perfect? And if you're thinking of hitting a friend with it, don't play with them or use them as weapons, because they'll hurt. A strong bug. Bugs are often thought of as tiny creatures that anyone can easily squash, aren't they? However, this particular bug defies that stereotype and proves that size doesn't always equate to weakness. Its grip was one of the most powerful I have ever seen, clinging to the machine with an unyielding force that seemed to say, "Go ahead and try to break free." Isn't that truly remarkable? A grateful kangaroo. This kangaroo was stuck and had come to the conclusion that he cannot do anything about his situation and needs the help of humans. That is why he did not resist or punch the men who came to help him. Instead, after getting saved and safely on the land, he stood there, calmly waiting for the humans to shake his hand.
Oh, he's thanking ya.
Such bizarre creatures, not especially friendly, but impossible not to love. A sea lion. So this photographer thought she'd get some cool shots of these seals up close by laying low on the ground. But one of the seals spotted her and decided to check out what's going on. Next thing you know, this huge baby elephant seal is flopping over to investigate. And before she knows it, she's getting squished. Apparently, the seal weighed over 100 kilograms. But the best part is, she and her husband couldn't stop laughing even though she was flattened like a pancake. Meerkats. Have you seen this video where a photographer was trying to capture some pictures of meerkats in their natural habitat? Well, the meerkats were not too happy being ignored, and they decided to check out the photographer instead. They climbed up on his head, back, and even his camera. These moments were called magic moments by the BBC, and we totally get why. Cartwheeling dolphin. This video features a man showing off his cartwheeling skills in front of a dolphin enclosure. At first, one curious dolphin tried to imitate him, but gave up after one attempt. But then another dolphin arrived and was totally into it. She mimicked every single cartwheel the man did, as if she was trying to impress him. I mean, who knew? Maybe the dolphin did get a crush on the man, right?
This is so cool. This is... Oh my god.
Chimp washing cloth. Be it monkeys, chimps, or gorillas, they are all said to be the most intelligent animals on Earth. And they imitate humans almost perfectly. For instance, see this one chimp who was recorded by a camera washing a cloth. Then it cleaned its hands and face with it. The caretakers had no idea where the animal had picked up this habit. According to them, no one ever did anything like that in front of the chimp. But then, where did he learn that? Lion and deer. Take a look at this unlikely pair taking a leisurely walk through the woods. It's a lion and a deer. Can you imagine? This trail cam clip is truly special, considering lions are notorious predators and rulers of the jungle. Yet here we witness a deer fearlessly following a lion, as if they're old chums or something. Who knows what really happens in the animal world? But one thing is certain, this video is guaranteed to brighten your day and put a smile on your face. A Caecilian. What you're seeing right here might look like a worm to you, but just look at its fang-type teeth and the whole head. This is not a worm, folks. It is called a caecilian, and these are amphibians. Yup, just like frogs. They just lack arms and legs. But as they lack, their nature made them the only amphibians to have fangs. Fishing cat. Have you ever heard of a fishing cat? No, it's not a cat that likes to go fishing with a rod and reel. These adorable felines are the only ones in the world that specialize in catching fish. While other cats may nibble on a fish occasionally, these guys are pros at it. Found in South Asia, fishing cats are known for their unique hunting style. They dive face first into the water to ambush their prey. Turtle helps turtle. This video shows two turtles hanging out together, when suddenly one of them flips over and can't get back on its feet. But what happens next is truly heartwarming. The other turtle comes to the rescue and uses its head to push and help the struggling one roll back over. This behavior has been seen among turtles a lot of times. When one rolls over the other, one comes running to help. Chimp sweeps floor. This amazing chimp was seen sweeping the floor in his cage with a broom. It's incredible, right? According to his caretaker, the chimp learned this behavior by simply watching them sweep the floor. Apparently, she's usually the one cleaning up the enclosure, but this clever chimp decided to lend a hand. A friendly deer. This man was sitting in the woods minding his own business when this little guy decided to come up to him and give some company. What did he want in return? Just some scratches under his neck. That is all the payment needed for such nice company. And look at that cute face. Smart fish. Every time I hear about catfish, they're always doing something wild. Now in India, these slippery swimmers are taking to land and learning how to walk. Don't they have enough space in the vast ocean? Apparently not, as they venture onto land in search of grub. I don't know about you, but to me it's kind of freaky to see so many of them scurrying about. What a strange sight. Sloths. If you thought sloths were nothing but lazy critters, prepare to have your mind blown. Because it turns out they can move pretty darn fast when they want to. I mean, check out the footage of those little guys attacking those humans with lightning speed. Honestly, it's probably best to give them their space and let them do their sloth thing without disturbing them. Who knew these seemingly laid-back animals had such a surprising burst of energy in them? Weird creature in woods. While on their routine bike ride along steep tracks, a group of bikers encountered a terrifying experience that would haunt them forever. As they ventured deeper into the forest, a strange humanoid creature suddenly emerged from the side of the track and quickly started running away. The sight of the creature caused one of the bikers to lose control and fall off his bike. Shocked, the biker with the camera attempted to chase after the creature, but to his surprise, it vanished into thin air, leaving him bewildered. A friendly seal. As Vincent Vajera was enjoying a leisurely fishing trip off the coast of California, he got an unexpected visitor, a friendly seal who decided to hop aboard his kayak. Initially, Vincent was a bit startled, but he quickly realized that the seal just wanted a hug. The adorable creature snuggled up to Vincent and refused to leave, creating a heartwarming moment that was caught on camera.
Here's my new friend. He jumped aboard out at the bridge.
Despite several attempts to coax the seal back into the water, the little guy just wanted to stay and hang out with his new friends. A mermaid. Check out this crazy footage captured by some guys in Israel. They managed to catch what looks like a real-life mermaid on camera. The quality isn't great, but you can totally see the creature chilling on a rock before diving back into the water when it notices the guys creeping up.
Oh my god! What is that?
Do you think this thing was the real deal or just some kind of hoax? We want to hear your thoughts. A baby dinosaur. Apparently, a baby dinosaur or something that looks like it was spotted running around the city on CCTV footage. It's got us all wondering, could it be possible that dinosaurs still exist? I mean, how crazy would that be? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think it's legit or just a prank? Swimming gator. Whether it's alligators or crocodiles, we've always seen them as fierce predators. But have you ever wondered what these reptiles do when they think no one's watching? Well, picture this. A gator lazily floating around in a pool, seemingly enjoying the refreshing water. It's almost like they're having a chill moment, just vibing with themselves. Seeing them like this, it's hard not to find them kinda cute, right? Red crab's migration. On Christmas Island in the Indian Ocean, a spectacular natural phenomenon takes place every year. Millions of red crabs embark on an epic journey from the forest to the coast to mate. This journey begins during the rainy season and is protected by park rangers who block off roads and construct temporary fences along the migration path. As the crabs reach the coast, they engage in a frenzied mating ritual before the females lay up to 10,000 eggs each. The island becomes a sea of red as the crabs cover the landscape, creating a breathtaking and unforgettable sight. A witch. This spooky video was recorded in Mexico in 2006. You can see a mysterious figure flying through the sky on a broomstick. Some people think it's a witch. The locals had been talking about these witches for ages, but nobody had any proof until this footage was taken. The witch's flight looks a bit shaky, so maybe she's a new witch still practicing her flying skills. The subscribers pick. This image was taken from a video which shows some researchers doing something strange. You can see a group of people dressed in white and yellow on a deserted beach. They seem to be picking up something from the ground and putting it on a stretcher before taking it away. And of course, we can even see the tail of a creature in the video, which only points in one direction. A mermaid! How crazy is that? Adorable wolves. Wolves are always considered to be the ferocious, the dangerous, the stay-away type animals. But these wolves, I don't want to stay away from them. Looking at the way they're all cuddling and kissing each other, don't they look like the most adorable beings right here? What do you guys think? Komodo dragon. The giant lizard that's basically a real-life dragon. These guys are massive. They're the largest living lizards in the world, and their venomous saliva is no joke. If they bite you, you could end up paralyzed or even dead. And let's not forget about those sharp claws and teeth. They're fierce predators that don't mess around. In fact, they've been known to attack and even kill humans who get too close. So if you ever find yourself in the presence of a Komodo dragon, just remember to keep your distance and give them the space they deserve. Otherwise, you might end up regretting it. Nile crocodile. If you ever find yourself face to face with a Nile crocodile in the wild, you better watch out. These big guys are not to be messed with. They are one of the largest crocodile species in the world and have a reputation for being quite aggressive. They've been known to attack humans and other animals without much warning. So it's best to keep your distance. Cone snail. This is a little guy that you might not expect to be dangerous. The cone snail. These colorful little snails might seem harmless, but don't let their size fool you. They pack a venomous punch that can cause paralysis and even death. I mean, talk about a small but mighty creature. So if you're ever strolling along the beach and come across a cone snail, be sure to admire it from a safe distance. After all, you never know what could be lurking beneath that pretty shell. King cobra. These guys are some of the deadliest snakes on the planet, and they can grow up to a whopping 18 feet long. That's longer than most cars, people! And let's not forget about their venom. It's no joke. If they bite you, you could end up with respiratory failure and possibly even death. So if you ever come across a king cobra in the wild, just remember to give them the space they deserve and admire them from a safe distance. After all, it's better to be alive and well than up close and personal with one of these deadly snakes. Blue-ringed octopus. This little dude may be small, but trust me, it's a ninja in disguise. Its venom is like a 1-2 punch that can knock you out and even kill you in just a matter of minutes. Those blue rings on its body may look cool, but they're actually a warning sign that says back off. If you see one of these guys while you're out swimming or diving, keep your distance and give it some space. But let's be real here. As dangerous as they may be, blue-ringed octopuses are still pretty fascinating creatures. Just don't let their small size fool you. They pack a deadly punch. Cassowary. The cassowary is usually known for its striking appearance, with its bright blue head and neck and a large bony protrusion on its head called a casque. However, these birds are also incredibly dangerous, with sharp claws on their feet that can cause serious injury or even death. Cassowaries are also known to be territorial and can become aggressive if they feel threatened. And when they do, get ready to run as fast as you can and as long as you can, because they will follow you as long as they can. Black Mamba. Get ready to meet the Usain Bolt of the snake world, the Black Mamba. This slithery speedster is the fastest snake in the world, and with a name like Mamba, you know it's not something to mess with. So if you ever find yourself face to face with a Black Mamba, just remember to give them their space and back away slowly. Trust me, you don't want to challenge this sprinting serpent to a race. Mosquito. You know those pesky bugs that buzz around your ear and leave you itching and scratching all over? Yeah, those are mosquitoes, and don't let their small size fool you. These little bloodsuckers are responsible for more human deaths than any other animal on the planet. How, you ask? By transmitting deadly diseases like malaria, dengue fever, and Zika virus. Trust me, you don't want to mess with these tiny terrors. So next time you hear that high-pitched whine, grab the bug spray and protect yourself from the deadliest animal on Earth, the mosquito. Stonefish. If you thought getting a paper cut was painful, wait until you hear about the stonefish. This little fish may not look like much, but it packs a punch with its venomous spines that can cause excruciating pain, paralysis, and get this, the venom is so potent that victims have been known to beg for amputation just to stop the pain. So next time you're out snorkeling, be sure to watch where you step, or you might end up with a nasty surprise from the deadliest fish in the world, the stonefish. Brown recluse spider. This 8-legged terror is a master of disguise, blending in with its surroundings and striking when you least expect it. Its venom is like a slow-acting time bomb, silently eating away at your flesh until it's too late to stop it. And don't be fooled by their size. These tiny terrors can bring down a full-grown adult with just one bite. So watch where you step and check your shoes before putting them on, because the brown recluse could be waiting to strike at any moment. Stay safe, my friends. Great white shark. You know what's scarier than a shark in a horror movie? A real-life great white shark. These bad boys can grow up to 20 feet long and have a bite force that can crush bones. And let's not forget about their famous razor-sharp teeth. One bite from these guys can be deadly. So the next time you're swimming in the ocean, remember to keep your eyes peeled for the great white shark, the ultimate predator of the sea. Redback spider. These pesky little creatures are found all over Australia, and their bite can be a real pain. Their venom is no joke. It can make you feel like your whole body's on fire. That's why it's important to keep an eye out for these sneaky spiders and make sure you're not their next victim. But here's the thing. As much as we may dislike them, redback spiders are actually pretty fascinating creatures. They're part of the widow spider family, and their females are notorious for eating their male counterparts after mating. Talk about a bad breakup. Tiger shark. Check out the tiger shark, a big bad predator of the ocean. These bad boys have been known to attack humans and are one of the most dangerous sharks out there. With their razor-sharp teeth and incredible hunting abilities, they're a force to be reckoned with. If you see one in the water, it's best to give them plenty of space and let them do their thing. Cape buffalo. Africa's version of the Hulk. These big boys can weigh up to a whopping 2,000 pounds, making them one of the biggest and baddest creatures out there. And here's the thing, they're not afraid to throw down. They've been known to take on lions and even humans, and let me tell you, you don't want to mess with them. That's why they're also known as the Black Death. So if you ever find yourself face to face with one of these beasts, just remember to give them plenty of space and respect. Gila monster. This little dude might look like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but trust me, it's 100% real and 100% not to be messed with. Why? Because it's one of the only venomous lizards out there. That's right, this sneaky little guy packs a bite that can cause some serious pain and swelling. But here's where things get mysterious. Nobody really knows why it's venomous. Is it for hunting? Self-defense? Who knows? All we do know is that if you ever come across a Gila monster, it's best to give it some space. After all, you don't want to end up on the receiving end of a venomous bite from this cool but dangerous lizard. Sydney funnel-web spider. Did you know that the Sydney funnel-web spider is basically the Australian funnel-web spider's BFF? And let me tell you, their venom is no joke. It can knock you out faster than a kangaroo bouncing on a trampoline. Plus, if you get bitten by one of these creepy crawlies, you could end up with respiratory failure or even die. so make sure you steer clear of these 8-legged critters if you happen to come across them. Safety first, folks. Elephants. The gentle giants that can turn into raging beasts. Now, I know we all love these intelligent and majestic creatures, but let's not forget they're also one of the biggest and most powerful animals on land. And when they feel threatened, they're not afraid to throw down. They've been known to attack and even kill humans who got too close to their turf. So if you're ever in the presence of an elephant, be sure to give them their space and show them the respect they deserve. Trust me, it's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to these big guys. Inland taipan. If you're not a fan of snakes, then you better steer clear of the inland taipan, mate. This snake is not to be messed with, as it's considered the most venomous snake in the world. Its venom is so deadly that it can cause multiple organ failure and can kill a human in less than an hour. Talk about fierce. Despite its fearsome reputation, the inland taipan is actually a pretty fascinating creature. It has an incredible sense of smell and can detect prey from miles away. Plus, its venom is being studied for its potential to help treat certain medical conditions. Who knew this lethal creature could have a softer side? The subscriber's pick. This image shows a huge predator of the world of water, with its weird horrifying mask and tentacles showing. We also see a boat nearby comparing, which we can see how big the size of the creature is. But well, no matter how creepy this may look, it's not real. Instead, it is an image created through Photoshop. Still, with the ocean being only 3% discovered, who knows? Maybe this actually might be real too. What do you guys think about it? Black Caiman. This crocodile is like the Hulk of the animal kingdom. It's one tough customer. And let me tell you, if you ever find yourself in its neck of the woods, you better watch your back. This bad boy has been known to attack humans, so you don't want to mess with it. I mean, just imagine coming face to face with a creature that's built like a tank, has jaws that could crush a car, and is just itching for a fight. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that one. So, if you're planning a trip to South America, make sure you steer clear of this feisty dude's territory. A ghost. Let's check out this clip caught on a home security camera outside a house. You can hear faint footsteps before a blurry figure appears and moves across the screen. Since the video quality is poor, it's hard to make out any details. Is it a prowler or could it be something paranormal? Upon closer inspection, the figure seems to briefly disappear when it reaches the center of the screen. This leaves us wondering if it's just a camera glitch or if there's something more sinister going on. A chupacabra. These two men kept hearing strange voices from their backyard and eventually decided to go check. But what they did not know was that they were in for a surprise. A huge monster was seen running to hide from them, but that did not stop the friends there. They had to go check, and that is when we see the terrifying face. The video ends right there, so let's just hope both of them are okay. An alien. The folks who were used to discovering fishes on the shore were taken aback when they stumbled upon a strange human-like creature that had washed upon the beach. It appeared to be a miniature version of a human, with a slimy coating all over its body and small limbs. The more they examined it, the more it mystified them, especially when they observed it breathing and slightly shifting its eerie body. What do you think it was? A creepy being. While a farmer was out with his goats and cows, he sensed that something was not okay. So he took his camera out and started checking the area. And what he found was this creepy black creature with big horns at the very edge of his property. Even though the creature did not look interested in coming near or harming the man, it was still good that he only recorded the thing and did not try to go near. An angel. This incredible video was taken in Jakarta, Indonesia on September 11, 2011. You can see a radiant winged being that looks like an angel descending from the sky and touching down on the ground before taking off again. When people saw this video, they started calling the figure the Angel of Jakarta. Some people even thought it might be a guardian angel sent down. However, there's always a chance that this might be fake. A strange woman. In 2016, a strange video surfaced online showing a woman shopping at a mall. Suddenly, an item falls behind her, and she puts it back on the shelf. Then she starts acting weirdly, as if something is controlling her. She drops her shopping and writhes on the floor, screaming loudly. Her screams even push the onlookers away. As the man in black tries to hold her down, the woman calms down, but then lets out a final scream, which makes objects in the store move and the security camera flicker. A mystery light. This video was filmed by a guy from Mexico. Some people who have watched it are saying it's one of the most clear sightings of a UFO ever caught on camera. Against a totally dark sky, you can see a weird blue circle that looks like it's morphing into different shapes. Apparently, this man had this strange thing hovering over his house for about a half an hour before it vanished. What do you think it might be? A waterbender. Have you seen this video that's been going viral lately? It's really interesting. Nobody knows where it's from, but it seems to have been filmed in Africa. In the video, a group of people are gathered around a woman standing in the water, and it looks like some sort of ritual is taking place. But then something crazy happens. All of a sudden, the water recedes super fast, and the bay is completely dry where others are standing. People freaked out and said that the shaman caused the water to shift using some kind of divine power. But nothing was ever explained by anyone. A witch. A bizarre figure dressed in white was spotted standing directly under the window of a house where the mother and her baby had been only moments before. It appeared as though the figure knew where the family was located. The incident left the woman feeling shaken and terrified, with no logical explanation for what had just happened. Some say it was a witch, while others think it was something else. Still, it remains a mystery. A levitating creature. Whether it was an extraterrestrial being or simply an optical illusion, this video is fascinating to watch. A large group of individuals gathered to witness this bizarre creature, which appeared to be levitating in midair while wearing wings on its arms and feet. Although it resembled a mermaid or an alien, it actually looked more like a boy. However, the reality behind the levitation was not as mysterious as it seemed. In fact, it was just a simple trick involving thin strings that helped the individual hover in the air. A UFO. A pilot was on his usual routine, flying a plane from one city to another. But what he did not know was that he was about to come across a sight he had ever imagined, a UFO. Now, for those of you thinking it was just a balloon, those don't fly forwards, they go upwards. And also, balloons do not have this kind of speed. So, nope, that wasn't a balloon. To me, it totally looks like a UFO. Bigfoot. In this video, Rick Dyer, a self-proclaimed Bigfoot tracker, claimed to have killed the elusive creature. The video shows a tense moment where the massive beast attacks the man holding the camera. Afterwards, Dyer provides a few pictures, claiming they're of the Bigfoot he killed. So do you think it was really a Bigfoot that he killed, or was he just lying straight away? A cheetah. This clip features an American tourist who got an unexpected guest on a safari in Tanzania. Well, Britton Hayes from Seattle got a special visitor in the form of a cheetah who jumped right into the back seat of his vehicle. And if that wasn't wild enough, another cheetah decided to join in on the fun. Poor Hayes was frozen with fear, praying he wouldn't become dinner for the big cats. Weird sea creatures. A few years ago, there was a video that became really popular online. It showed a strange sea creature that some people had caught and filmed. A lot of folks believe it's the real deal, and pretty creepy too. The creature looks a bit like a sea hare, but with some serious sharp teeth inside its mouth. Honestly, I don't know what it was up to, but it definitely gave me the heebie-jeebies. An open grave. While paying a visit to his loved ones in the cemetery, a guy stumbled upon something peculiar. He noticed a grave that was partially open and seemed like it was being destroyed. As he went closer, he was taken aback to see the remains of a body buried there, including a tall skeleton that was around 1.8 meters tall. But that wasn't all. There were other skulls and bones inside the grave, which hinted at some sort of witchcraft. However, nothing was ever really explained or cleared up. A mountain witch. This video features a man named Hassan, who is an explorer of witches. He voluntarily searches for witches, And in this particular video, he visits a witch mountain to find one. To his surprise, he actually spots a witch dressed in black clothes and holding a stick, which seems to be made from an animal skull. Initially, she was sitting at the cave entrance, but when she saw the YouTuber, she went inside and started mumbling some spells. Suddenly, a stone hit Hassan's face, which was a signal for him to back off as the witch didn't want to be disturbed. A beluga whale's crush. If you think you're the only one crushing hard on all those Korean oppas, well, you're wrong, because it isn't just us humans, but these beluga whales too who love Korean men. This beluga whale has such a big crush on her trainer that it refuses to kiss anyone else but him. And waits all day for just him to come to her and play with her. The other two males have to be separated from her because they like her so much that she finds them annoying. A close call. This guy was out in the wilderness filming a video, just minding his own business, when all of a sudden, he sees something bolting towards him like a bat out of hell. And guess what? It's a freaking mountain lion! Yeah, you heard me right. This guy is staring down a big, wild apex predator. But you know what's even crazier? He manages to narrowly escape like a boss. This dude had a seriously close call.
No, you face, dude.
But he lives to tell the tale, and we're all glad he made it out in one piece. Woman helps kangaroo. This little guy had his hands burnt in a forest fire and didn't know what to do. So he came to the humans for help. And lucky for him, this kind woman was there to lend a hand. It's incredible how calm and trusting the kangaroo is while the woman tends to his wounds. Bear chases snowboarder. So this girl was snowboarding as usual, but then something unexpected happened to her. She was singing a song while getting on her board, and once ready, she started riding. Suddenly, she noticed a glimpse of a bear chasing her from behind, but she didn't fully comprehend what was going on. Thankfully, the girl was quick enough to escape the bear and unknowingly saved her life. A weird creature. This weird little thing was recorded deep underwater, transforming into different shapes. The researchers, the people on the internet, in fact, every single person who saw this was shocked to his core, wondering what this creature could have been and what other superpowers it might hold. Can this be an alien? I mean, I can't help but wonder, you know? An unusual friendship. An incredible video aired on an Indian news channel featuring the most mind-blowing thing ever. A leopard visited a cow every night, and they had their own secret friendship going on while the humans snoozed. Upon investigation, it was discovered that the cow had taken care of the leopard when it was a baby, and now the leopard was not ready to let go of its caregiver. How sweet is that? A bizarre fish. So these scientists saw a super weird fish and were totally confused. But then something crazy happened. The fish suddenly shrunk its mouth down really fast, and everyone was shocked. It turns out that the fish is called a gulper eel, and it has a special kind of mouth that can puff up to eat big things. This fish is really interesting because of its cool mouth and the way it moves around. Overall, it's pretty amazing. A mouse deer. The secrets hidden in the deep forest seems endless, and we never know what we might find. Recently, a trail camera in Vietnam caught a glimpse of a rare two-tone mouse deer that scientists thought had vanished 30 years ago. It was strolling around leisurely as if it owned the place. It's amazing that some of these unique animals have managed to escape hunters and predators, giving them a chance to flourish in their natural environment. Flying snakes. Have you ever heard of flying snakes? Yeah, you heard that right. Flying snakes. A viral video making the rounds on the internet recently showed these slithering creatures taking to the skies. But don't worry, they're not flapping their wings or anything. They're actually gliding through the air. These incredible creatures known as Chrysopelia have the ability to contort their bodies and flatten their ribs to cover a significant distance after launching themselves into the air. It's an amazing feat that allows them to travel between trees with ease. Who knew snakes could fly? A pelican. This pelican was recorded by a man trying to eat a capybara. I mean, we know and I know that he knows that the capybara is too big for him, but no, that won't stop him from doing that. And then he is just left all embarrassed because he did not succeed. a dinosaur. Even though the video is made by an amateur and we don't know who made it, it's perfect for our list. Can you imagine that there's a pterosaur flying in the sky? We know about pterosaurs because of fossils in movies, but we can't see them anymore. But some lucky people saw one and filmed it. I'm happy we have the video. Do you think it's real or just for attention? An embarrassed gator. Most folks would bolt to the side of an alligator, but not these guys. This couple not only keeps one as a pet, but also knows how to make it blush. When the gator struggled to chomp down some grub, it got bashful and decided to give up and take a dip in the water instead. Aw, poor fella. Lazy ducks. A group of folks caught some ducks being super chill. Even when the water dragged them toward the brink, they were like, nah, whatever. Everyone was freaked out, but little did they know that these feathered friends were just messing around. As soon as they got close to the edge, they flapped their wings and flew to safety. Sneaky ducks. Crab builds its house. Check out this super cool video of a crab making its very own sand and water home. It's not every day you get to see something so unique and amazing, and it's mind-blowing to watch how the crab constructs its shelter with such accuracy and speed. By building its cozy little house, the crab can keep itself safe and hidden from any danger lurking around. Deer eating squirrel. Have you ever noticed that when people think no one is watching, they tend to do the most bizarre things? Well, apparently the same goes for deer too. Recently, I witnessed a deer chowing down on a meaty snack when it thought no humans or cameras were around to catch it in the act. This made me rethink my whole perception of deer. I used to think of them as peaceful grass-eating creatures that kept to themselves, but now I'm not so sure. The super cat. You might think of cats as grumpy creatures, but don't let that fool you. They actually care about us as much as we care about them. Just check out this clip where a cat saves a toddler's life. The baby was headed straight for the stairs, but the cat sprang into action and rushed over to prevent a nasty fall. What a brave kitty. And to make sure the baby stayed safe, the cat even sat guard at the bottom of the stairs to keep the little one from trying again. How sweet is that? An ostrich fight. Did you know that ostriches are the biggest and heaviest birds out there? Even though they're usually harmless and don't bite much, we found a video of one going berserk and attacking a man. A group of guys were just hanging out when suddenly the ostrich went after one of them. It made the bird so angry in the first place, doesn't it? A python. So let's tell you about this wild incident that went down in Thailand. One mom, Thanapum Laken, who's 42, woke up one morning to find their dead kitten in her house with bite marks all over its body. When she went to her son's room to investigate, she found a massive 10-foot python just chilling under the bed. Crazy, right? Well, she didn't waste any time and called for help, and luckily, the authorities were able to catch the python safely. Lekian thinks it's a miracle that her son wasn't sleeping in that room that night, and believes his guardian angel was watching over him. The morning glory clouds. Have you seen these amazing clouds that look like a giant snake in the sky? They're actually a rare meteorological event that only happens in certain parts of the world. This dude managed to capture them over Lake Michigan in the USA. Basically, it happens when the air is really humid in the early morning, and a cloud forms at the front of it, creating the leading edge of a cylinder. Pretty cool, right? A rat temple. Did you know that in India there's a temple dedicated entirely to rats? It's called the Karni Mata Temple, and it's situated in the city of Bikaner, right in the middle of the Thar Desert. Can you believe that over 25,000 rats call this place home? According to locals, every rat born there is believed to embody the soul of a family member, and they are considered sacred. People even drink the milk left behind by the rats after they take a sip. As much as I love dairy, I don't think I'd be able to handle that rat-infused milk. I might just turn into a hardcore vegan. This image is taken from a video that went viral a few years back. At first, we see a car driving on a dark road, and out of nowhere, a bunch of guys dressed like Charlie Chaplin pop up. It's super eerie how they all stop and stare into the car, especially with that weird lighting in the background. And there's even a dude wearing a mask to make things even creepier. A scary shark encounter. This might be the closest close call with a white shark you'll be seeing here. The man with his friends was out diving, but seconds after he dived into the water, his friends started shouting, "Shark! Shark!" to him.
Shark! Shark!
He went under the water to see what it was, and there the white shark was swimming right beneath him. He tried swimming away as fast as he could, while continuously looking for the shark, and there it came again. This time straight towards the man, but somehow he actually made the shark turn the other way. Good thing it happened and the man came out of the water safely. Poison dart frog. Get ready to meet the poison dart frog, the tiniest but deadliest amphibian out there. These little guys might look like they belong in a Disney movie with their bright colors, but don't be fooled by their cuteness. They're actually serving up a warning that says, "I dare you to mess with me." And you really shouldn't. You see, their skin secretes a venomous toxin that can knock you out cold faster than you can say ribbit. It's no wonder they're one of the most poisonous creatures on the planet. So if you ever come across a poison dart frog in the wild, do yourself a favor and stay far away. Trust me, you don't want to mess with these tiny but fierce frogs. Portuguese man-o-war. This thing is like a freaky alien that was plopped in the ocean. It looks like a jellyfish, but it's actually a whole colony of different organisms working together, like some kind of underwater Voltron. But don't be fooled by its trippy colors and otherworldly appearance. Those tentacles can reach up to 165 feet long and pack a punch like Mike Tyson in his prime. Its venom can paralyze you and send you straight to Davy Jones's locker. So if you're ever out for a swim in the ocean and you see this bad boy floating around, I suggest you swim in the opposite direction. Trust me, you don't want to mess with this sea monster. Piranha. Piranhas are notorious for their sharp teeth and aggressive reputation. I mean, who hasn't seen those crazy movies where they go on a feeding frenzy and chomp through everything in sight? But the truth is, these fish are usually pretty chill, unless they feel threatened. Sure, they might look like they're straight out of a horror movie, but if you don't mess with them, they won't mess with you. That being said, it's still pretty nerve-wracking to swim in water where they live. I don't know about you, but I'll stick to the pool, thank you very much. Anaconda. This slithering serpent is one of the largest and most powerful snakes in the world, capable of crushing its prey with its deadly constriction abilities. And when I say large, I mean large. These bad boys can grow up to 30 feet long. While they mostly stick to snacking on animals like deer and capybaras, they have been known to take down humans who dare to venture into their territory. So if you ever find yourself face to face with an anaconda, be sure to give it plenty of space, unless you want to end up as its next snack. Bull shark. Move over, great white, because this creature is the real danger to humans. With its sneaky ways, the bull shark is a master of deception and can strike at any moment. Unlike other sharks, this beast prefers the shallow, freshwater areas where humans like to cool off. It lurks in the shadows, waiting for its next prey to come into view. And when it does, it strikes with a ferocity that is unmatched. So, the next time you venture into the murky waters, be on the lookout for the bull shark, for it is a creature of mystery and danger, lurking just beneath the surface, waiting for its next victim to cross its path. Saltwater crocodile. Alright folks, let's talk about one of the most rebel reptiles out there, the saltwater crocodile. This monster can grow up to a whopping 23 feet long and weigh over a ton. I mean, that's like having a car-sized croc swimming around in the water. And let's not forget those jaws. They're so strong they can literally crush bones and even metal. So if you're ever in the presence of a saltwater croc, just remember to keep your distance and give them the respect they deserve. Box jellyfish. Now let's talk about this deadliest but the prettiest creature ever. It is the box jellyfish. Now, don't be fooled by its delicate and almost see-through appearance. This thing is a silent killer. Its venom is so potent that it can cause heart failure and kill you in just a few minutes. So if you're ever out there in the ocean and spot a box jellyfish, swim the other way as fast as you can. Trust me, you don't want to mess with this deadly beauty. Hammerhead shark. The hammerhead shark has a head that looks like it was flattened with a hammer. But don't let their strange appearance fool you. These sharks are top predators in the ocean. They can sense prey with incredible accuracy, and their powerful jaws make short work of their meals. While they're not known for attacking humans, it's probably best to give them a wide berth just in case. Hippopotamus. The African river holds many secrets, but perhaps the most dangerous one lurks just beneath the surface. Beware the hippopotamus, for they may appear docile, but they are anything but. With a single snap of their powerful jaws, they can shatter bones and end lives in an instant. These massive beasts are responsible for more human deaths in Africa than any other large animal. Yet they remain shrouded in mystery. How can something so seemingly gentle be so deadly? Perhaps it is their ancient lineage, tracing back to a time when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Or maybe it is simply their fierce determination to protect their territory at all costs. Whatever the reason, one thing is certain: never underestimate the deadly nature of a hippopotamus. Pufferfish. Oh, the pufferfish. This little guy might look cute and harmless, but don't let its innocent appearance fool you. This fish is the Chuck Norris of the sea. It's a total spark plug. In some countries, it's even considered a delicacy. But let me tell you, it's not for the faint of heart. See, the pufferfish has organs that are filled with toxins that can take you down faster than a shot of tequila. One wrong move and you can end up paralyzed, or even worse, dead. So if you're ever offered a bite of a pufferfish, make sure it's been prepared by a trained professional. Trust me, your life is worth more than a fancy meal. Blacktip reef shark. Blacktip reef shark. Don't let their size fool you. These little guys are tough cookies. They may be small, but they are sneaky predators that can attack humans, especially if you're hanging out in shallow waters. So if you're planning on going for a swim or a paddle in the ocean, keep your eyes peeled for these little guys. They might look harmless, but they have a reputation for being quite the troublemakers. But don't let that scare you too much. As long as you're aware of your surroundings and keep a safe distance from these sharks, you should be just fine. And who knows, you might even get lucky and catch a glimpse of one of these incredible creatures in its natural habitat. Australian funnel-web spider. If you're planning a trip to the land down under, beware of the Australian funnel-web spider. This arachnid is a real killer. With venom so potent, it can send you to the great beyond in just a matter of hours. And don't be fooled by its small size and cute little things. This spider packs a punch that will leave you gasping for air. So keep your eyes peeled and your spider sense tingling, because one wrong move and you could be in serious trouble. American crocodile. This is the American crocodile, a true titan of the reptilian world. The elusive creature can be found lurking in the shadows of both North and South America, patiently waiting for its prey to cross its path. With a set of jaws that could crush a steel beam like a toothpick, this beast is not to be trifled with. But there's something mysterious about this creature, something that draws us in and leaves us in awe. Perhaps it's the way it moves so gracefully through the water, or the way it can disappear in an instant, leaving no trace behind. Whatever it is, one thing is for sure. If you ever find yourself face to face with an American crocodile, you'll be in for one heck of a ride. A clingy octopus. Imagine you're out scuba diving, and when you surface for air, you discover an octopus that won't let go of your back. In a recent video, a diver experienced this unexpected surprise and was trying everything he could to shake off the clingy cephalopod. Despite moving in different directions, the octopus wouldn't budge, and the diver started feeling uncomfortable with its sharp beak and sticky suckers. Perhaps the octopus just wanted a hug. What do you think? A ghost. As the driver was cruising down the Queensland highway, little did he know that he was in for a surprise. As he continued driving, he spotted something unusual on the side of the road. To his shock, he and other onlookers saw a ghostly figure standing in the middle of the road. The ghost, which appeared to be a pure white child, was just a few inches above the ground. The eerie sighting quickly gained fame and was dubbed the Ghost Child by many. However, some skeptics argued that it might have been just a human baby who happened to wander in the middle of the road. A sea lion. Okay, so I've got a creepy story for you. A girl was taking a break near the harbor when, out of nowhere, a sea lion popped up, grabbed her, and dragged her into the water. Her family and bystanders freaked out, but luckily, a brave dude jumped in and rescued her. It was a shocking incident because sea lions usually don't attack people without a reason. The flashlight fish. The video showcases the mesmerizing flashlight fish, which are found in the deep waters of the Pacific Ocean. These unique creatures have special light-emitting organs located beneath their eyes that give them an otherworldly appearance. The lights can be used to attract prey or communicate with other fish. The video captures the fish swimming in schools, creating an incredible visual spectacle that looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. Watching these underwater titans move and glow in the dark depths of the ocean is truly a sight to behold. Flipping iceberg. These thrill seekers thought it would be a cool idea to climb a giant iceberg, but things quickly went south when a massive chunk of ice rolled over on top of them. Talk about a chilling experience. Luckily, they managed to escape with their lives, but let this be a lesson. Sometimes it's best to just stay on solid ground. Don't you guys agree? Strange lights. This video was recorded by some fishermen out on the Pacific Ocean, and it shows these really strange lights in the sky. They might be a group of lights or something, and they seem to be moving in unusual ways. Some people who had watched the video were convinced that these lights were actually UFOs, but no one had been able to provide a logical explanation for what they might actually be. It's totally a mystery till today. Millions of dead fish. Have you heard about the latest buzz in Australia's outback? Recently, a shocking video surfaced showcasing the aftermath of an unprecedented die-off of fish in a river. Due to extreme floods and hot weather, millions of fish have been left to rot in the river, resulting in a foul smell and a severe ecological crisis. However, there's some good news. Contractors have been hired to remove the rotting fish from the river. Crocodile mummies. Crocs, whether they're dead or alive, will always give people the creeps. While excavating ancient tombs, researchers stumbled upon 12 crocs buried in the soil. From a distance, they looked like they were still alive, with their textured skin appearing fresh and their teeth still intact in their jaws. It was a bit unnerving, as it seemed like they could open their jaws at any moment. The researchers were amazed when they discovered that the crocodiles had been buried for 2,500 years, yet were still in almost pristine condition. A cuttlefish. Have you heard of cuttlefish or cuttles? These little guys are actually fish found in deep parts of the ocean, and they're known to be highly toxic. But let's not focus on their dangerous side for now. Instead, let's talk about how incredibly unique and fascinating they are. Just take a look at their mesmerizing colors and reflections. It's no wonder they've been nicknamed the disco cuttlefish. And that's not all. They even have a way of hypnotizing their prey before attacking. It's truly a wonder to witness. A fire tree. We're all used to the idea that tree twigs and branches are handy for starting fires. But hold on to your hats, because this video is going to blow your mind. It shows the inside of a tree that caught on fire, and people think it was caused by a lightning bolt heating up the sappy insides, which conduct heat really well. Or if you're feeling mystical, maybe supernatural beings sparked up this awesome fire for their own bonfire. What do you think? Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. An elephant. Sometimes animals can be big, frightening, and downright terrifying. But every now and then, they need a little help from us humans. Take this elephant for example. Poor thing was shot right in the head and was bleeding out. Obviously, elephants don't have a clue how to fix bullet wounds. So he approached some nearby humans, being careful not to scare them, and showed them the bullet lodged in his skull. Thankfully, the doctors acted quickly and did everything in their power to remove the bullet and treat the infection. Petting a great white. The shark saw the fisherman in the shallow water and decided to attack. But to the shark's surprise, the man did something unexpected. He petted the shark when it came out of the water, showing no fear of the shark's strong jaws. The fisherman even gently stroked the shark's side for a while before sending it back into the water. It's hard to tell if the shark enjoyed the encounter or if it was just looking for a chance to bite the man's hand. Woman on a tree. Nope, she wasn't a ghost. She was a real woman, standing on top of a fig tree and freaking everyone out with her creepy moves. People were shocked when they saw her standing on a delicate branch of the tree, dressed all in white. They called her the Spooky Lady because they couldn't understand how she was able to perform such stunts without any visible support. However, when she was rescued, it turned out that there was nothing supernatural about her behavior. snakeheads. So there was this wild incident where a farmer found a snake's head in his backyard, and it was still alive. I mean, can you imagine that? The head was moving. It's pretty insane, but apparently snakes are different from other animals. When they lose their heads, they don't need a lot of oxygen to keep their brain going. So the head can actually survive for hours without the body. Crazy, right? Spinning dolphins. These dolphins are impressing everyone with their athletic abilities, jumping high and spinning 7 times in the air. And if that wasn't enough, they can swim at an incredible speed of 200 miles per hour and cover long distances in a day. Recently, a spy dolphin captured footage of these playful creatures having a great time off the coast. But it's not just their stunts that make them unique. They're also known for their intelligence. To avoid predators, these dolphins never fully sleep and always keep their brains partially awake. Humans in cage. Do you consider yourself brave? Would you be willing to step into a cage in the middle of a jungle where lions are roaming nearby, just to get a closer look and better look at these magnificent beasts? There's actually a tourist spot in Harrismith, South Africa, where they'll put you in an enclosure and leave you in the midst of lions. In a video, you can see an elderly couple sitting calmly inside the cage, while lions are roaming around and even sitting on top of the enclosure as visitors take pictures.
Someone in hiding. While 2 workers were busy doing their usual work in a cave, they started hearing strange noises, which happened to be coming from somewhere inside. So they thought they should check by removing some rocks. And when they did, this is what they captured. A weird creature was sitting in the cave. That's when they decided to leave the site and never work there. I mean, I'd have done the same thing if I were there. A humanoid. This man found an abandoned place inside the jungle and went to examine it and record it on camera. Everything seemed okay until the man came a little closer to a weird whitish creature sitting on the ground. As soon as the creature sensed someone behind it, it turned back and started running towards the man, freaking him out. And that's where the video ends. So I can't really say what happened afterwards. 2 bears. Recorded by a man, this video shows 2 bears involved in a kind of fight. One started following the other one with incredible speed. Even when one climbed up the tree, the other one did not stop following him. And they had a little fight there as well before one of them backed up a bit and came down from the tree. 2 ghosts. Captured by a CCTV camera in 2022, this video recorded 2 peculiar figures walking past the house. As soon as it was uploaded on the internet, everyone was in shock, thinking that these might be 2 ghostly companions heading somewhere. They appeared to be walking in a very eerie manner, and the only plausible explanation was that they were ghosts. However, not everyone believed it, and some people thought it was an overlay, which can occur when people fail at green screen effects. A man who vanished. People have been claiming the man here might be Jesus, but is it really? Or was it just some fake edited video? But just for a minute, if we consider it to be real, then wouldn't it be the weirdest clip out there? How did the man vanish into this strong flow of water? Did he survive? And if so, how? So many questions, and just one short clip as an answer is what we have. A scary being. Now, as compared to all other videos in this list, this one might be the scariest of all. It was uploaded on YouTube in 2020 and freaked everyone out. Some said it was a weird being who lives in the sewers near their home, and others said it was a blob like a human mutant, but it later turned out that it was a man pranking his own friend. Someone behind. Look at the couple all happy, in love with each other. The clip seems so lovey-dovey. If you don't pay attention to what's happening in the background, let us slow it down a bit so you can have a closer look at the demon standing right behind them and then disappearing just a second after. A witch. The demons and the ghosts might only come out at night, but the witches can do it anytime they want. For instance, this one time when a man caught a woman dressed in white on his camera. She was standing behind the dumpsters, her hair all messy and on her face. Ask me, and she looked like she just came from a horror movie set. Or maybe she actually did. A Bigfoot. When this clip went viral, it scared the hell out of everyone who watched it. The massive gorilla-like figure was seen in it, but it was no gorilla, and that everyone could tell for sure. But then, what was it? That's the question no one has been able to answer. Bear catches trail cam. Trail cam catching animals doing their usual stuff is old. Animals catching trail cam recording them is new these days. Take this bear for instance. He was going on his way when suddenly he turned towards the camera, giving it a look like acknowledging the fact that the camera is there. A huge bat. It was a stormy day when this guy decided to go on a drive, and he never expected what he was going to see on his way. It was a massive bat, the largest anyone has ever seen. Or was it even a bat? It could be an alien too. You let us know what you guys think. Cat versus eagle. In this intriguing video, we see a cat relaxing under a deck while a bald eagle unexpectedly enters the yard. The cat curiously observes the eagle as it approaches. They have a respectful standoff for over 15 minutes, and the cat cautiously approaches the eagle, causing its back to arch, and the eagle spreads its wings. It's unclear what the eagle's intentions were, whether it was after the cat or something else, but it was an intriguing clip nonetheless. A crawling creature. This video has sent shivers down the spines of everyone who's watched it. In the dead of night, a strange, luminous creature is seen crawling on the ground in an isolated location. Some refer to it as the rake, while others speculate that it might be an unidentified animal. However, the individuals who captured the footage claim that although it resembled a human, it was undoubtedly not human. So what exactly was it? Perhaps we'll never truly know. A worm in Australia. While taking his usual stroll, an Australian man stumbled upon an intriguing creature that resembled a worm but possessed some peculiar characteristics. What truly sets it apart is not its worm-like appearance, but rather its remarkable length and segmented structure. I've never witnessed a worm of such considerable size before. Werewolf. A deceased werewolf was discovered by a farmer who subsequently handed it over to researchers for examination and analysis. Later on, unidentified individuals shared photos and videos of the werewolf, instilling great terror in those who came across them. Despite the researchers' diligent efforts to investigate, they were unable to provide any explanation, further deepening the enigma surrounding the incident. An eerie entity. The dark web is a realm familiar to many, yet accessible to only a few. Trust me when I say that those who have ventured into it have often come to rue their decision. Allow me to present this video as evidence. An eerie creature silently traverses, moving from the hallway into a room and eventually disappearing into unknown territories. And if you suspect it to be a human, take a closer look at its peculiar gait. Does that resemble the movement of a human being to you? A baby mermaid. The notion of mermaids being mythical creatures may be called into question after watching this video. In India, a man spotted something extraordinary swimming in the water and approached it for closer examination. To his astonishment, he discovered a creature that bore an uncanny resemblance to a mermaid, albeit smaller in size than anticipated. Could it be a baby mermaid? Or perhaps a tiny drowning monkey? Given the abrupt conclusion of the video, we cannot definitively determine the truth. A scary creature. This video was captured by a brave soul who thought it would be a really great idea to go out alone into the deep woods at night. He thought he'd end up meeting some unusual beings and, well, guess what? He got exactly what he was expecting. A creepy little cryptid staring right at him from behind the tree. Was it just waiting for the right moment to attack, or was it too scared to come out? The mystery has been unsolved since forever. Creepy trees. Considering the last clip, if you think the woods are only creepy and unsafe at night, a fairy. Some kids were playing in a playground when they noticed something unusual near a tree. Intrigued, they approached it to investigate, and this is what they discovered. At first, it resembled a firefly or perhaps a dragonfly, but after a few moments, it became apparent that it had arms and legs. The creature seemed to possess 4 limbs, 2 arms, and 2 legs. When the video circulated on the internet, many people claimed it was a fairy, while others dismissed it as a hoax. An unknown being. What this video captured was not only something out of this world, but also seemed to be from another universe. How can a being so effortlessly change shape and then fly away like that? Either there's a lot happening on this planet that we don't know about, or humans have become exceptionally skilled at editing videos. Cystosoma. What may appear as an incredibly creepy thing to you is actually a creature called a cystosoma. These are the world's most transparent animals, and yes, they do look peculiar. If you're thinking it's a prawn, it's not. Cystosoma belongs to a genus of marine mud flatworms, but it's distinct from all others based on its appearance. A weird spider. If you easily get scared of bugs, then pray to God that you never encounter this creature in your home. It's worse than any spider or any other bug on this planet. With countless legs and unsettling movements, let's just hope we never come face to face with this creature in real life. A creepy creature. These four friends were enjoying their time capturing their pictures and all when something weird happened. A lizard-like thing, but bigger in size, appeared out of nowhere and ran towards the guys. We can hear them scream before the clip ends, so I don't think something good happened there. A notorious creature. Creepy things can happen anywhere, and creepy creatures can appear anywhere, and this woman experienced it when at home. While all she wanted was to record her baby playing on the ground, she ended up getting footage of a tiny being running free in their home. And no, it wasn't a lizard or a rat. In fact, it looked kind of like a human, but a very tiny one. So does that mean dwarfs are real? Yeti. Out of this minute-long video, you only see it at the very end. A very huge creature doing something under the shade of a tree. According to the person who recorded this, it was a Yeti. But nothing is for sure, as no one had ever seen anything like that in the area before. Hence, the mystery remains unsolved since forever. Glowing eyes. This trail cam was doing its job, recording the animal looking for food or something, and then we see two glowing eyes in the background. Could it be a monster or just a bear? No logical explanation was ever given, and all we have is this footage and those two terrifying eyes. A mysterious being. At first I was like, is this something out of a fantasy fiction movie or something? Or maybe it's real. It looks like a dog or a horse maybe, since it's on all fours. What if they're real? I'm gonna go adopt one ASAP. Someone in black. Two guys thought they were the paranormal experts, so they went into an abandoned building to see what they can catch there. And they ended up with this creature dressed in all black. Being all brave, they tried following the thing, but when they got to where the creature was, it had already vanished. A glowing thing. If you still think fairies aren't real, then explain to me this clip. It clearly shows a creature flying around being all mischievous around the camera, just like Tinkerbell should do. So tell me, if not a fairy, then what can it be? A terrifying creature. Is it a plant or some new kind of bird babies? Well, whatever they are, I'll be staying far, far away from them because they already look quite creepy in a video. When this clip hit the internet, it had everyone in shock. To some, it was a rare sea animal, and to others, they were alien babies. But to me, they're something I should stay away from.